audio tech check. Join in from around the world and let's talk tech. No script, no stress, just hit connect. Welcome to the social audio tech check. It's 10 a.m. and the lights are low. Melbourne calling, let the rhythm go. No camera lens, just sound and vibe. The whole world's here and we're going live. From static sparks to golden tone, we fix it fast, we're not alone. A little glitch becomes the groove. That's the way we always move. Welcome to the social audio tech check. Join in from around the world and let's talk tech. No script, no stress, just hit connect. Welcome to the social audio tech check. Mics are hot, the signal's clear. Friends from everywhere, tune in here. We test, we learn, we laugh, we play, making magic on a Wednesday. Hear the hum of hearts online. Every echo falls in line. All our voices intertwine. Now the world's in perfect time. Welcome to the social audio tech check. Join in from around the world and let's talk tech. No script, no stress, just hit connect. Welcome to the social audio tech check. Welcome to the social audio tech check. Join in from around the world and let's talk tech. No script, no Welcome to the social audio tech check. Join in from around the world and let's talk tech. No script, no stress.
Hey, Keith Keller, Melbourne, Australia, and we have a special Melbourne edition. I am so excited. This has never happened before. We have all three guests, including me, are from Melbourne. And Jody is calling in, I think, from Ferntree Gully, and Daniel from Dandenong. I'm in Edithvale. Now, those names don't mean anything to you if you don't live in Melbourne, but we live in Melbourne. So, Daniel, first of all, I'd love you to meet Jody. Jody, I'd love you to meet Daniel. How you doing?
Hey, Jody. How are you, sister?
We got you there, Jody. Can you hear us? Looks like she's having some tech trouble. I'll get back to that in a minute. So, Daniel, tell us, this is actually going to be a Substack special edition. And why it's so special that Melburnians are coming is because only 7% of my followers live in Melbourne, live in Australia. Only 7%. Right. The majority of people listening to the call on LinkedIn and YouTube and Substack, they're in the US and Canada, and some of them are in the UK. But I would love to hear how you're using Substack, and most importantly, how it compares to school. So what are you thinking? Tell us how you're using it.
So I'm still kind of new to the whole Substack sort of world, still kind of having a fiddle and kind of understanding it a bit more. Primarily at the moment, I'm putting my blogs on to kind of share my viewpoints on human skills in workplaces. So I've been probably doing it for about, I think I've got about half a dozen blogs out at the moment with a couple more on the way. I'm probably going to integrate the ones from my own website onto Substack as well to get a bit more viewing. Yeah, I think having Substack as your platform can kind of invite more people in because it's a known sort of, because it's a known platform opposed to my website where I'm still new in my industry. So I don't think people would trust the website as much as what they would trust with Substack, and more people are obviously using it than my own website. So I'm kind of building my brand with Substack and using some backlinks to get in people into my school community so I can do more education based on my experience with people skills and emerging leaders in industries. So that's how I'm kind of using Substack at the moment. I think I need to play with it a little bit more and get a little bit more used to. It's kind of like when you start any other platform, really, is you're kind of testing the waters and see what works for you and what doesn't. But yeah, I think at the moment putting on my blogs has been a good start. It's very easy. I didn't realize how easy it was on that compared to the website I use. So it's nice to put everything in, and I can get my pictures there, and I can get automatic subscription buttons and all that. It's just so seamless, really. And I'm sure there's going to be more I learn as I go. But then I think I need to kind of really get into putting notes up onto my own personal space so more people can see it. Because obviously you need to kind of get yourself out there, and putting a few more posts up is probably something I need to take advantage of.
Yeah,
And
well,
jumping onto people's, yeah.
let's pick up on what you're doing there. This is hello, Josette. Hello, Jody. Jody seems to be having some trouble hearing us, so I'll keep working on it in the background. I've got about 6 songs to play if we have to have any technical difficulties. But Substack is unbelievable. Like I know most people don't know how unbelievable it is, and I've taken it upon myself to learn every piece of the pie and to teach it. Like, it has so many features that I'm still working my way through it. But there's a couple of things you can do. One, you can write a blog. You can write a blog that's very rich with data and images, and you can add video, and you can add audio, and you can add SEO, and it's a fully functioning blog platform, right? It's unbelievable, like really, really good. And that is what it's known for, right? And that's what Dan's doing and what most people are probably doing. Now, when you said you're going to do notes, this is very important. I'm going to play a little sound. And now, a special treat. My first Substack hack. I should have done that with echo. So, when you do a blog post, only your subscribers get that, right? So people have to subscribe to you to get your stuff, right? But when you're first starting, you're thinking, well, there's a bit of a chicken and an egg. I mean, how am I going to get subscribers? And if no one's going to see my stuff, how am I going to get subscribers? And if I don't have any subscribers, who's going to see my stuff, right? It's a bit of a chicken and an egg when you first start. But as you build up, as your subscribers grow, they will get your blog posts, right? But here's the hack. This is the special moment. When you can actually post a note about your blog post, and all your followers get that. So Substack has 2 very key features. Subscribers, and they get an email every time you blog. And you also get followers, and followers they haven't committed yet. They're just saying, look, I like what you're doing, but please don't send me any emails. Please don't send me any stuff. I'll look in my own time. So followers are a little bit like lurkers. They haven't committed yet. So when you send a note, all your followers get it. And typically, and you can check this when you check your follow account. When you check your follow account, I've got 232 subscribers, but I've got 432 followers, right? Typically about double. And that means that 432 people have said, look, I like you, Keith, but please don't send me anything. And of those 432 people, 232 said, look, I get it. I'm into this. Please send me everything you got. Right? And really, they're probably not saying that really, but they're committing to it. And so Substack is purpose built. It's just purpose built for getting the word out. There's no other site like this in the world, and there's never has been. Like, it's very unique. It's got 50 million users, and it's just purpose built for content creators like me, and like Dan and Jody and Josette. Purpose built for us. Like, this is why I love it so much. Does that make sense? Does that subscriber follower combination make sense to you, Dan? And do you want to do the stats? I think I can check for you. If I look at your page, I can see how many subscribers, how many followers.
I don't know if you want to have a look, Keith. I think we're still single digits at the moment.
Well,
but
not
more than open for people to come see me.
Yeah, not for long. So you've got 6 subscribers, and it doesn't tell me because it's on my page, but it'll probably be double. So you got to start somewhere. Like I just started in September with nothing. In September. So you got to start somewhere. So you'll get subscribers over time, and those subscribers will become more and more loyal, and they'll tell people about you, and they get all your goodies. And you'll get followers who are just sort of dangling there saying, look, I don't know about this guy, but I don't mind just having a look. So a very classic, like the lurker. So because I know you've got limited time, what questions do you have about Substack that some of the people already listening can answer, and we'll get the answers for you?
Currently, I haven't got any on the top of my head, Keith. I think the thing is the one thing I've learned, and you sharing that about the notes is kind of solidifying the path I need to go down. So I probably need to be a little bit more active in the notes sort of area. I've been very infrequent with posting things on. I'll get excited when I post a blog and make a note saying, "Hey, I've done a blog, come check it." And then I look at my stats, and I'm getting a few people seeing it, but probably not as many as I'd like. So I think, yes, I think definitely using the notes to my advantage, and probably using some more comments about what I do as well. So then there's context of where are these blogs coming from, Dan? Like, what are you doing to have these viewpoints of the world? So I think that's one thing I probably need to take to my make my advantage, is kind of making my brand, I guess, is kind of what I'm trying to do on Substack. I've got one on school, but I think I now need to, have target a different audience, which is the creators sort of space, and yeah, work on the notes and probably give a little bit more free value to people on Substack.
Look, it's like anything, and I've always been a little bit reluctant to start. When Clubhouse started, I was very, very, very reluctant to build from scratch there, because you got to start again. And it's so disappointing when you've got all these other sites. You've already got LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, you got an email list, you're doing a blog. And here's another one. But the thing that is very exciting, and this is why I do these shows, Substack has 50 million users. There's 50 million people that could get your message. Like, it's not this little dinky thing that's just come up overnight and it's going to go away. I'm predicting it's going to be big. I'm predicting it's going to be the next Instagram, or, I remember when Instagram was sold to Facebook for $1 billion, and people go, what? Instagram? What a stupid idea. Take photos on your phone at the beach and put them on the internet. I mean, that's stupid. Right? People got it straight away, and now it has 3 billion users. I mean, so sometimes you get a bit of a sense of when things are going to work, and this one's going to work. I just get a sense of it. Who am I? I'm just a guy in the back in Edithvale doing a radio show in the back of his house, but I've been doing it since 2006, and I see these trends come and go. So I reckon stick with it. You've got a couple of meetings today, though. Are they related to what you do, or is today your day off?
I've got invited to a couple of podcasts, actually. I'm talking to a teacher who wants to talk about communicating better with their teens, and asked me to talk about some human skills that will help with that. And then I actually I met a lady on school who does public speaking coaching. So I'm working on my public speaking work. So yeah, I have an hour session with her later today as well. So bit of personal development day today, Keith. It's all about learning and growing and building. Jumping back to what you were saying about Substack being the next thing. I think Gary Vaynerchuk is a pretty good. He has a pretty good understanding of social media platforms that tend to grow quite well. He said it. He started on YouTube, and that's become quite big. He had Twitter, well, formerly known as Twitter, now X. He said that was going to be a thing, and that has exploded. And he's starting to really dive into Substack now as well, and saying that that's the platform that you need to go on if you are a content creator. So I think that I think you guys are on the same page of saying that yes, Substack is probably going to be one of those platforms that's because it's built for creators and it's so easy to, writing a blog so easy on here, like it's minimal effort to get one on and sent out to the world that it's just the ease is going to make so many more people jump on once they find it. And you've been on since September. You're one of the early doors sort of people to kind of get things moving. 12 months ago it might have only been at 12 million or something. So it's going to accumulate quite quickly moving forward. Similar to school, like 4 years ago, school had maybe 100,000 people, and it's doubled every other month since, and now that's sitting over millions of people as well. It's just that we're in that adoption phase, like the public are just getting used to it, and in no time it'll feel like overnight, and there's a billion people on Substack, I reckon.
No, I actually think this will happen. I'm going to share this stat with you just before you go. I want you to sit with this. This is an amazing stat. School has two. I want to set this tone. It's very important. So, school has two major ways to play their game. One is you can pay $99 a month, and you get all the goodies, all the bells and whistles, but it's $99 a month. Come on, that's a lot, right?
Yeah.
But this is what they did. This is amazing. Like, this is a success story of our time. What they said was, we get you. We understand that $99 is a lot of money, so we're going to create what we call the hobby plan, and that is $9 a month. Now, just play around. You get sort of most of the features, but not all of them. And then when you're ready, you can put your big boy pants on and you can come up and join the shakers and the movers. But when you're ready, I want you to hear these numbers, Dan. You'll be astonished. So $9 a month to get your feet wet on setting up your own site, which you've done, right? But this is the number. 120,000 people have said, "Oh, I get you." 120,000 people pay school $9 a month. Now that's $1,080,000 a month. I could live on that.
I think I could just scrape in as well.
We might just be able to fill the tank of petrol and pay the rent, right? So.
Yeah.
So the thing is that school and Substack, these are sites that we're constantly playing with. And a lot of people hear these names and they just think, oh, God, it's another thing to do. It's another one. Okay, shut up. It's too hard. But some of them will take off. And my gut feeling is that Substack will take off. It's got 50 million users now, 90 million people visit the site every month. So you've got 90 million people that can possibly hear your words, read your words, see your face. So I reckon it's worth doing. Hello, Jody. Jody's listening in on Substack. I hope you can get in. I want to just have a bit of a play with this. So, mate, I'm guessing you've got your 10:30. You need to freshen up and charge your phone and get your stuff going for the interview you've got today.
Yeah, I need to jump into the powder room, mate, and make myself look like my profile picture.
Yeah. Well, that's always the challenge. But look, good luck with that, and let's keep it moving. And you're in early, so you're gonna get the wins. I'll talk to you later.
No worries, Keith. We'll catch up soon, mate, and have a coffee. But have a good rest of the show, mate. I might be able to pop on later if I got time.
No worries.
All right, see you, bud. See you, everyone.
Okay, so today we're doing the social audio tech check. And what this is about for me today is a chance for everyone to get on, if they want to, and talk about what they think Substack is for them. Now, I know Jody's having some trouble. She's rebooting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a song that I created. Like, my whole world is AI now. And just in case you don't know, or you're wondering why this image relates to Substack, Substack can do a blog, can do videos, and can do podcasts. You can do all three formats with Substack now. I choose to do audio. Right? This is why I'm using this image. So I'm going to play a song, Substack Feels Like Home, because it does. That'll give me a chance to try and work out what's happening with Jody and get a few more people in the call if they want to. So just give me a couple of minutes. I'll play a song, sit back, grab a cup of tea, and come back and enjoy the show.
Substack feels like home. We're live streaming, so we're not alone. More than just words, now we're homegrown. Yeah, Substack feels like home. Camera off now, but I'm going online. The stream goes global and I'm on fire. Tapping beats on the neon light. Talking truth till the room feels right. It's just me, my mic, and a signal glow. Broadcast hearts in real-time flow. Substack feels like home. We're live streaming, so we're not alone. More than just words, now we're homegrown. Yeah, Substack feels like home. Audio only, I hit my stride. Don't need the lens, just the vibe inside. Co-hosts drop in from across the globe. Turn a post into a heart that throbs. Auto drop promos, notes that fly. Whole new stage, no suits, no lies. Substack feels like home. We're live streaming, so we're not alone. More than just words, now we're homegrown. Yeah, Substack feels like home. Clip that feed to the outside world. YouTube shorts, stories unfurled. No big gate, no boss tone. We own our voice on microphone. Go live now, it says on screen. We're part of something in between. The radio's gone, but the static's sweet. Every fan's a pulse, every note's a tweet. Substack feels like home. We're live streaming, so we're not alone. More than just words, now we're homegrown. Yeah, Substack feels like home. Substack feels like home. We're live streaming, so we're not alone. More than just words, now we're homegrown. Yeah, Substack feels like home.
Hey, Substack feels like home. And you're listening to the Substack special edition, the Substack extended edition. I've done several special editions for this. Okay, so Jody is calling in twice. Let's see how she goes. So Jody is in Ferntree Gully, a suburb of Melbourne, a long way from me, but nonetheless, she's a Melburnian. How you doing? I'd love to hear how you're using Substack, Jody. And so with the dog. How you doing? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Jody? I'm wondering what's happening with your mic. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me now. All right. That's challenging. All right. I don't know what's going on there. It's a technical problem. There's a technical term for that, you know. There's a technical problem. So this happens, and this is why I do these tech checks. So what I'll do is I'll play another song. Good evening from Alabama, Charlie Lewis Jr. Jump in if you want to talk. And hello, Gisette. And she's very, very new to Substack as well. So I really don't know what's happening with Jody. I suspect it's something to do with her laptop settings. and I'll just check on that in a minute. So while we wait for other people to call in, I'll play another song. I was hoping to chat to people, but we'll get that going. In the same way that we say that Substack feels like home, we have been heard to say that we think that Substack could be the new LinkedIn for creatives. This is a very, very important discussion to have. So, because LinkedIn's a bit stuffy, it's a bit boring. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. It's a very boring site. It's very boring. So Substack feels like home, and LinkedIn feels like homework, right? So I've got a couple of songs we could play here. One is, I might play that. I think that might actually be fun. So Substack feels like home. LinkedIn feels like homework. I think this is a good one to play while I'm sorting out these tech issues. And please bear with me. We'll get to the guts of it in a minute.
LinkedIn feels like homework. I'm pretending to be my best, turning life into a network. Every post feels like a test, smiling the headlines, dreaming in the burbs. It feels like I'm selling my soul with clever words. LinkedIn sure feels like homework. I wake up, pour my coffee slow, scroll through posts that say just go for growth. Everyone's climbing, shining, aligning, and I'm here still refining my bio line. I try to sound inspired, but it's tough. Who knew self-branding could be this rough? LinkedIn feels like homework. I'm pretending to be my best, turning life into a network. Every post feels like a test, smiling the headlines, dreaming in the burbs. It feels like I'm selling my soul with clever words. LinkedIn sure feels like homework. Congrats on your new romance. Type that loud with my own two hands. I'm happy for you, I swear it's true. Just wish I knew what I'm supposed to do. The feed says hustle, the feed says rest. No one agrees, but I'm still stressed. LinkedIn feels like homework. I'm pretending to be my best, turning life into a network. Every post feels like a test, smiling the headlines, dreaming in the burbs. It feels like I'm selling my soul with clever words. LinkedIn sure feels like homework. Maybe I'll rewrite my soul's resume, and still figuring it out on the work experience today. LinkedIn feels like homework. I'm pretending to be my best, turning life into a network. Every post feels like a test, smiling the headlines, dreaming in the burbs. It feels like I'm selling my soul with clever words. LinkedIn sure feels like homework. Yeah. LinkedIn feels like homework. LinkedIn sure feels like homework.
Wow. LinkedIn sure feels like homework. I mean, you tell me if I'm wrong. You tell me if I'm wrong. Please, please, please tell me if I'm wrong. LinkedIn feels like homework to me. So, Jody, I think we have you now.
Hi,
Can
Kev.
you hear us?
me?
Can you hear us? I can hear you, but it doesn't look like you can hear us. I think it might be something to do with your headphones. This is fascinating. We do a social audio sound check every Tuesday for this exact reason. I can hear you, but you can't hear me. So no worries. We'll just keep trying. It's all part of the fun. This is the social audio tech check, and this is exactly what we're doing. We're checking the tech. So what I'll do is I'll play another song. I've got a few of these lined up for technical difficulties, and we'll get it sorted eventually. There's only one of me. I don't have a team. I haven't got anyone scurrying around in the background trying to work this out. So in the sense that LinkedIn feels like homework, we know now that LinkedIn has a new algorithm. and it's quite brutal in some respects. It's maybe beneficial to some people, but a lot of people dislike it a lot. So I wrote a song about that. What is this new algorithm?
What is this new algorithm? It's reading between the lines. No more noise, just precision. Matching hearts and minds. What is this new algorithm? It's the rhythm of what we do. If you post with passion and purpose, it's gonna find you true. Check my feed this morning, things feel brand new. Post with shuffled stories I never knew. No more chasing likes, no clickbait thrills. It's 3x stick goal, redefining script. 150 billion thoughts in play, learning what we mean, not just what we say. Every word, every vibe, every clue, all filtered through the lens of you. What is this new algorithm? It's reading between the lines. No more noise, just precision. Matching hearts and minds. What is this new algorithm? It's the rhythm of what we do. If you post with passion and a purpose, it's gonna find you true. Scatter your thoughts and you'll fade away, but stay in your lane to avoid foul play. It craves clarity and names inside, meaningful content that shines so bright. They switch the system overnight. 1,000 models gone new inside. We'll fix this latest till you all find no shortcuts. What is this new algorithm? It's reading in between the lines. No more noise, just precision. Matching hearts and minds. What is this new algorithm? It's the rhythm of what we do. If you post with passion and purpose, it's gonna find you true. What is this new algorithm? It's reading between the lines. No more noise, just precision. Matching hearts and minds. What is this new algorithm? It's the rhythm of what we do. If you post with passion and purpose, it's gonna find you true.
Wow. What a start. What a start to the day. Jody is having all sorts of problems talking and being heard, and I'm having a lot of trouble hearing her, and she's having a lot of trouble hearing me. But she can listen to the show on Substack and YouTube. Okay, so we'll get to that. We'll get to that. It is the social audio tech check, and this is not dissimilar to the setup that a lot of us have, although it's a little bit sort of utopian. I would love to have a setup this nice. Bob is calling in or listening in from the UK, and he said, I'm part of the 44 million people listening in from the UK, Keith. How cool is that? And wouldn't it be great to have some of those speakers? So if you want to call in, mate, I'd love to have you. We can actually have up to 10 people on stage. I would love to get this sort of Brady Bunch look going. And it's it's a technical marvel, really. But I'm really confused by why this is all happening. I don't know why Jody can't hear us and we can't hear her. She can listen to the show, she can watch the show, she can hear the show, but she can't speak. So we'll brainstorm that in a few minutes. But of course, that sounds a little bit boring for the listeners. So I'll keep it going, and we'll work on that behind the scenes. So what we're doing here is we've got a Substack special edition, and the reason why we're doing that is because this is a really important site to know about. I think it's going to be the next big thing. I've only been on it since September, and I've got 232 followers, and it's fun to use. I use it every day. And I'm proud to say that in a very, very short period of time, I've got my views up to 10,000 people in a month. How cool is that? 10,000 people think enough of me to watch my shows. I think that's an astonishing achievement, really, even though I can't really say that because I'm talking about myself. But I just want to share this stat. I just think that Substack is going to go off, and I just want to be part of that movement. So we've had a couple of people come and go today that have had some technical problems. Dan was here but had to go. He had some trouble with his mic. Jody's having enormous issues getting herself heard. I don't know what that is, but here's a stat from last week. 10,456 people viewed my blog posts last week. No, in the last 30 days. I mean, I might even give myself a round of applause. But obviously it wasn't magic. I had to do the work. So how did I do it? Now, I would love to know. I will tell you. I'm going to work my way through it, but I can't talk to myself. So just give me some questions or ask me something if you like, and I'll answer those in the chat. But just in case you want to know how this all works, you can listen to the show on YouTube and you can comment there. And if you do comment there, I'll get it and I'll put it on the screen. You can actually listen in from YouTube, LinkedIn as well. And, there's 1.2 billion potential listeners there, they say. And you can comment there as well. Now, you can also comment on Substack. Now, you can't. This is something really interesting, Jody, because Dan was able to hear me and I was able to hear him, and my speech bubble is moving. Or is it? Let me just see. Is my speech bubble? Yes, my speech bubble is moving. So that tells me that my mic is working. Dan was able to hear me. I was able to hear him. People can hear the music, but let me know if you can hear what I'm saying. Hello, Alicia. Jump in if so without anyone to bounce off, I'm really in a bit of trouble here. So I'm gonna take a step back and play a few songs in the background to try and sort out what's going on. What do you think, Jody? How you doing? Can you hear me now? You can't, can you? You can't hear me, can you? All right. But you can talk. But you can. So I'm moving.
I can hear you.
You can hear me.
I can.
Okay.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Is that an Audio Technica 2100? All right. Let me play some music and see if we can sort out these problems. This is good. This is why a lot of people don't do live shows. They're bloody hard. So what I'd love to tell you is that LinkedIn and Substack are not the same. And Substack is not a replacement for LinkedIn. LinkedIn is not Substack. So I wrote a song about that. Substack is not the new LinkedIn, but I'm all in. And I'm going to, this I think sums up what I'm trying to achieve here.
This may not be the new LinkedIn, but I'm all in. Building my world with a creative grin. No viral spin, just truth within. Owning my list like I'm born to win. I used to chase the algorithms game, scrolling through the noise just to stake my name. Endorsements, buzzwords, suit and tie acclaim. But I was losing touch, it all felt the same. Then I found a space where the words run deep, where the inbox opens and the real ones speak. No likes, no cloud, just a loyal crowd. Now I'm writing loud and I'm feeling proud. This may not be the new LinkedIn, but I'm all in. Building my world with a creator grin. No viral spin, just truth within. Owning my list like I'm born to win. It's not the new LinkedIn, but I'm all in. Long form love, let the stories begin. No clickbait sin, just soul and skin. Substacks where the real ones live. They said bring your playbook, play the part. But I'm not here to network, I'm here for art. No humble brags or corporate flair, and just me and my thoughts laid out bare. I still show up where the suits all go, but I save my fire for the ones who know that depth is rare in a world so loud. But I found my voice and I found my crowd. This may not be the new LinkedIn, but I'm all in. Crafting my lane with a fountain pen. No growth hacks, just discipline. I'm not a brand, I'm a citizen. It's not the new LinkedIn, but I'm all in. No elevator pitch, just where I've been. From post to kin, we build and spin. Substacks where the real ones live. Notes like sparks, not just for show. No chasing trends, just letting go. Discovery's fine, but loyalty's gold. I'm not for sale, I'm here to hold. This may not be the new LinkedIn, but I'm all in. Writing my truth from deep within. No filter spin, no polished grin. Just real talk, let the trust begin. This may not be the new LinkedIn, but I'm all in. A rebel feed with the rider spin. No algorithm can box me in. Substacks where the real ones live.
Hey, we are having so much fun, or are we? We are having like enormous. I'm just going to lean into my Melbourne accent. Enormous trouble with Substack and Restream today. Jody is trying diligently to get in and be heard. I've got you there, Jody. I'm trying to work out what's going on. If you could you add your thumbnail for me? Because I'd really love to have this sort of cartoon-like look. And Melissa is calling in from Canada, but guess what? She's going to Rome.
Not
She's go-
yet. Not yet.
So the thing that's really
Hello.
the thing that's really fascinating, Melissa, is that Canadians love this stuff, and 9% of
yes.
my followers are on Substack, and
Yes.
you and I both have been talking about this, about Substack being such a great tool, and as I talk more and more and more about it, I just get more and more excited because I'm just hearing every day how good it is. And are you trying it? Are you playing with it?
Not really. I'm only here because of you, my friend. No, I'm not trying it. I have no reason to use it at the moment, but that could change. That could change in the future. But I see your stats there. United States, you've got 57% of your audience from the US, and Canada is about 17%. That's not too bad.
Yeah. Oh, the Canucks love us. You know what? I'm really this is a stat I've been playing with on the weekend. I'm so excited about this. Never happened. This didn't happen on Blog Talk Radio. 10,000 people now read my blog.
Wow. Good for you.
I mean, isn't that the coolest thing? I mean, that's something to bring your mum about, isn't it?
It sure is. It's
hey,
well deserved.
My dad was 89 yesterday, and guess what, Dad? 10,000
Oh,
people are reading my blog. Oh, wow. It's all coming together.
wow.
So
That's wonderful.
the thing that's great about Substack, I'm trying very diligently. There's only one of me, Jody. I'd really love you to add your thumbnail and come onto the show and keep trying. I really want you to keep you trying. I don't have a tech guy to come. I can't talk and do this in the background, so I've got to just keep the show going. But what I love about Substack, it's got 50 million users, and you and I both have had this conversation. I think Substack is going to be big.
Yes.
It's 2026, and I'm just making a prediction. And you've been with me since 2006, and you've seen some of these predictions actually happen. I mean, it's pretty good. Like I'm pretty proud. I've actually
You know
I've been on the
something?
money.
Yeah, we always joke, you and I. So you're the futurist, I'm the classicist. You would have been a great soothsayer in ancient Roman times.
Well, maybe if there's a part of me that I'm going to Greece. We were going to go to Greece this year, before all the petrol stuff. But I could have been Socrates. I could have been Aristotle. There she is. Maybe if there's a part of me
There we go.
I'm going to Greece. We were going to go to Greece this year, before all the petrol stuff. But myself in reverse. I could have been Socrates. I could have been Aristotle. There she is. Oh, look, I really don't know what's going on there. I haven't had this much trouble for this year. So,
And where is Jody from?
Melbourne. She's from Melbourne. So,
Oh, okay.
So I can get her on the show. She can't hear me. I can hear her, and now there's an echo. So she's taken her headphones off and she's going through the speakers. This is all right. We got to keep trying this. So, as you know, and this is a very good example. One of the challenges, I won't say it's a problem, but one of the challenges with being a futurist is that I've got to work this stuff out as I go.
Yes.
And I don't know what the problem is because this has never happened before, right? So I've got to work this out as we go, right? So there's a load that comes with being a tech dude. There's a load. There's a sort of a challenge that comes with that, and you've got to be in the zone to do it. And you know me, I've been doing this since 2006, and sometimes things don't work.
Trial and error.
Trial and error.
Did you give Jody the same like coordinates as you gave me?
Yeah.
The same
So,
one. It didn't work. Isn't it odd?
I think there's a couple of things probably going on here. One is there's something in the configuration of Jody's system, the laptop, the PC, the configuration of how it works together, that she can hear me, but I can hear her, but she can't hear me. And she can hear the show. So I don't know what that is. But you can hear me, can't you?
Yes. Yeah. It's like deja vu for me. How many times have you and I had some sort of communication problem, whether it was on another platform, but finally we reached a solution somehow. So it really, really is trial and error. But
Yeah.
tell me about your stats. I mean, your blog, your articles, Keith, are getting great attention. I mean, I see your stats that you send me all the time. Tell me about that, and why do you think that your, let's call it, readership is booming?
Okay, I'm pretty excited about this because I actually know. Can you believe it? So, just to make things very clear, on Substack, you've got really three choices. You can do a blog, you can do videos now, and you can do a podcast. Right. So I do these live shows, which are loosely called social audio, which I do twice a week, and I love doing them. But in between the shows, I do these blogs, these really dense articles that tell people what's coming up or what we did. Right? They're related to the shows. They're symbiotic. So the blog posts are very, very, very informative. Right. And I want to share this really important hack given what you just said. So on Saturday, no, actually Wednesday, I did this blog post, and Substack gives you unbelievable stats, and I love stats, right? So
Yes.
it gives you very, very robust stats to say, hey, this one's going all right. You've had 100 views in 1 hour. Keep going. Oh, okay. What did I do? Try this. So I get these really, really robust stats, and they give me a lot of hope that things are working. So what I do, and I'm very proud of this, this is exactly why I'm doing this show. I do these blog posts, and then you can see that what I call flatlining, if you can see that graphic.
Yep.
And that usually coincides with I do a blog post and I thump it for about a couple of hours, and then it flatlines, right? It just goes flat, and that's usually when I go to bed. And this little hump here represents me waking up in the morning and saying, "Oh, look, it's gone flat. Let me try something." I'm constantly trying things. And of the things that I've known that'll work are, one, every time if I change the title, it'll get a thump. It'll get a bump, right? So I might just write this title for my brain, how to get more people to read your stuff, right? And then I think, well, that's a bit of a weak title, but it's okay for now. And then I go, well, how do I say that better? And I try a different title. 17 ways to make your content sing, say like that.
So you were able to edit along the way, in other words. Is that what you were saying?
That's right. Now, this is actually and hello, Bob saying hello from the UK.
Hi, Bob.
So the thing I love about Substack, this is extraordinary, and I've never seen this done before. It's very modular.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've got one sort of sitting there waiting to go. Like as an example, you'll see this play out in real time. I said to my friend Americo yesterday, who's from Toronto, do people want to do shows or do they want to be a guest on shows? Right? I'm going to do a blog post about that. Is it better to be a guest or is it better to run your own show? I mean, running your own show, you have all the control, but you got to do it. Being a guest means you just turn up, and as long as your mic works, you'll get you on. So what happens there is that it's very modular. So when it flatlines, I've got a couple of things this is exactly why I'm getting these stats. I've worked out a couple of things. One is if I had a graphic that's indicative of the post, it goes up again. Like there's another bump. Right? And of course, the big question is, why don't you do this all at the front? Right? And you can. I mean, you can just sit there and write a blog and put in the graphics and put in all the things work straight away. And then you get all the hits right up front. But then when it flatlines, you got nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
You got no reserve team, right? You got no sort of interchange.
So I'm curious, Keith, how okay, so I'm looking at the 236 views you have. Okay. Does that happen? Do those views generate the 236 when you go to bed or when you get up the next morning or the next day and you see, okay, my posts have generated 236 views? Is that like an auto-generated
No, no,
kind
it's
of
it's on
measure?
yeah, it's on your phone. Substack has an app.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see.
So and it updates like every 10 minutes. So I might, and I'll think I've worked out my rhythm now. I'll give you a really cool example. Like, I'm so proud of this.
Yeah.
So on Wednesday, I did this blog post, not this one, but a different one. And then I went into the city and we saw a band. And then I came back and 12 o'clock at night, wifey went to bed, but I wasn't tired. So I'm looking at the stats and going, hey, it's going pretty well. 300 views so far. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's see how far we can push it. So then I went to bed and we had to check out. Right. And Substack gives you this really lovely intel after 24 hours. Okay, your site has been in the world 24 hours. Here's what happened. It's been viewed to 425 times. 46% of those views came from email. 3% came from LinkedIn. 4% were on mobile. 88%, came out from Substack. I'm just making these numbers up because they don't add up to 100. But so I'm thinking, wow, 46% of my views came from email. Well, I better do that again. So it tells you what's working and what's not working. So I'm sitting in this hotel room on a Thursday morning, and at that time, my highest score was 325 views overnight, like in 24 hours from the time I started till the time it, gave me that stat, 325. I said, let's see if I can beat it. Let's see if I can beat it. And I gave sort of like I was challenging myself. And I got to 420 views in 24 hours on one blog.
Goodness.
420.
Wow.
Sitting in a hotel room pushing these buttons. Because I'm
Well,
sitting
I've
there.
always known you. I've always known you to be a very competitive person.
Yeah, competitive is actually the right word. I'll just finish this story, Jody, and we'll start again. So then what happened? I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited. So then I did this blog post on Sunday, and I said, well, let's see how we go. Let's see how we go. So I said my highest score is 420. My highest score is 420. Let's see if I can beat it. And I pushed really hard. And I got to 416. And I thought, well, that's not a loss. I didn't win. But, as you say, like it is like a game of sport. It's like I'm playing Canadian rugby. So, it's a game. And I thought, yesterday I got to 420. Let's see if I can beat it. Let's see if I can get to 425. And I'm playing myself. I'm playing against myself. I got 416 views and 16 likes and 6 restacks. That's what Substack calls that. So as I'm pushing myself, my views are going up. And
I'm still trying.
There he is. We got you. We got you there. How you doing, Jody? Can you hear us now? Can you hear us? We can hear you. What I might do, I'm going to try something, Jody. I'm going to try pumping in the questions and you can answer the questions. So tell me about Fern Tree Gully. I don't know why you can't hear me. This is very, very challenging. Tell me about Fern Tree Gully. We can hear you, Jody, but you can't hear us. There's got to be something wrong. What do you think it is, guys? Let's try.
Is Fern Tree Gully in Australia, Keith?
Yeah, it's a suburb of Melbourne.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So, Jody, I don't know. I don't know. It's burning my brain. It's burning my brain, Jody. I don't know what's happening. I can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, like we can hear you. Can you hear us?
We just heard you, Jody. I heard that beautiful Australian accent. Oh, I wonder what happened. That's a pity.
All right. So
I'm
Jody
just
can
trying to
talk.
hear. I just can't seem to get the audio coming through.
It's a lovely voice. She's got an Audio Technica 2100. I really
I've
want to
got
pick up
different
on.
headphones on now.
Can you play the show through another gadget? I don't know what that is. I'm really challenged. I mean, I really need a producer, Melissa. I need a producer. I mean,
I'm on my PC, Jody. Originally, I contacted Keith on Facebook through my phone. He always sends me the link, and then I join on my PC. Would that help you, Jody?
it's something to do with the fact that when she's in the studio, it bypasses something for her because she can hear us on Substack, she can hear us on YouTube, but she can't hear us when she's in the studio. I'd be interested to know if Bob knows. This is good. This is important because, as I as I said, Melissa, I'm writing a blog post at the moment called "Should You Run Your Own Show or Should You Be a Guest on Other People's Show?" And I might actually use this as a use case as to why you don't want to be running your own show. It's too bloody hard. It's hard.
It is hard.
It's too bloody hard. But it's the same.
I'd like to ask Bob something.
Yeah, please.
Bob, can you hear me?
Well, Bob's not in the studio, but he is listening, and I've sent him the link.
Okay. So my last name is Martin, Bob. So my roots are from Hastings, England. So I'm like 50% British and a little bit of Irish. So I'm just curious where Bob is in the UK.
Post 1066 or pre 1066?
Post 1066. And I actually visited the caves when I was a teenager and visited my ancestors in the caves in Hastings, England. It was quite cool.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Maybe that's where I got my passion for ancient history. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with that.
Yeah.
Do you notice, Keith, my picture there? I changed my thumbnail. That's my favorite picture of me in Pompeii.
I've been to Pompeii.
Yeah, I know you have. Yeah,
Are you
I'm going back next week.
Going to go and stand where Pink Floyd did the gig? You know, the big.
Yes, of course. I've been there 4 times. Next week will be my 5th time. Oh yes.
Let's go, Manchester.
Okay, Manchester. Okay, my favorite band is from Manchester.
Oasis.
Oh, sorry. No, the Moody Blues are from Birmingham. I'm wrong. Sorry. My favorite band is from Birmingham, the Moody Blues. But go Manchester. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay. So this is fascinating. Tell me why. This is fascinating. Why do you go to the same place again and again? Why don't you move there? Does Dan go with you? I mean, is it just too
No,
impractical?
Dan does not go with me because he's not interested in Italy, Keith, and he's more interested in Spain. Plus, he won't walk 10 to 12 kilometers a day. Why do I keep going back? Because I'm a classicist. Every month, literally every month, they are discovering new things in the ancient Roman world. For example, today was on Facebook, and they discovered a new room in Nero's Golden Palace in Rome. Well, I had been there in November, so they discovered this new room. In February, one of my favorite classicists, Darius Area, he is the host of Ancient Rome Live. He's American, but lives in Italy, and he runs a nonprofit, Ancient Rome Live. And a statue was discovered in Tunisia in February. But there's always something going on, that's discovered. So to participate in a dig, an archaeological dig. I did one last May with Queen's University, which was my alma mater. But this time the dig is too long. It's 4 weeks, so I can't get away for that. So literally every month there's a new discovery by virtue of archaeologists finding something. So that's why I keep going back. And yeah, like you just asked, why don't you just move there? I would give my ID to get a teaching job in Rome. Even a year, I would love that. You know me with picking up languages.
Yeah.
If I lived there for 6 months, I would be fluent in Italian. All I need is someone to give me a teaching job. If you know anyone, put it out there for me.
Yeah, I do. In fact, I want to share this story with you, and I'm going to connect with you. Connect. You're not on Substack, are you?
No, just when I attend your shows and I read your blogs.
Yeah, but you don't
Obviously.
have an account.
I think I do. You asked me that a couple of months ago. You're going to have to refresh my memory about how that works. I do have a subscription because when you first started with it, I had to ask you how to subscribe and so on. So please refresh my memory how that works.
Yeah. So if you go to Substack, I can't find you, so it's quite possible that you don't have one.
Okay.
But I have I want to share this story because this actually relates to exactly what we're talking about. So this friend of mine, Teresa, who lives in Rome near Trastevere, which is where we stayed, the funky area near the bridge, funky area, the sort of bohemian area. She wrote, so she lives in Rome, and I've just sent you that link. If you can click on that and follow her, you have an account. If you don't, it'll tell you that you need an account, in which case you don't have an account. So I don't know if she's on LinkedIn, but I'll find her as well. So you know my phrase, the Keithy, yeah?
Yes.
So if you're going to Rome every year, then, I've 5 people that listen to this show live in Rome.
Yeah, I saw your stats for Italy. So I tend to go to Italy now twice a year.
Yeah. So I would love, just for fun, for you to connect with my friend Teresa, who
Yeah,
lives
I just
in
saw
Rome.
your link on my phone. Okay, excellent. Thank you.
So if you can follow her on Substack, you have an account. If you
Okay.
can't, it'll tell you, please set up an account. Right.
Okay.
Now, Substack, this is very important. Substack is a very, very, very good alternative to LinkedIn for people that are creative. And I don't care what anyone says. LinkedIn is the worst site in the world for creative people. Like, they just do not get us. They don't care about us. LinkedIn does not care about creative people. They don't. And please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm happy to be proven wrong, but it just does not sit well with creative people because we think differently. Like, we're not hustling all the time. We're not always trying to get the deal and hustling, and we're not hungry. We want to create. We love creating. We're just interested in creating. We're not interested in hustling. So Substack is that alternative networking site with 50 million creative beings. This is why I keep promoting it. I don't work for them, of course. I don't work for them, but 50 million people are on Substack, and it's for creative people, not for recruiters and spammers and lead generation, all these bullshit words they tell you about. It's not for that. It's for creative people that want to create. Creativity is its own result. When I create a song, that is enough. I don't have to sell it. I don't have to flog it. I mean, sure, I need to make a living, but I don't have to sell my soul. Right? This is what LinkedIn feels like for me. LinkedIn feels like homework. And why that's important, Melissa, is that LinkedIn is starting to close down some of these features, like live streaming. Like, and please, if you're listening on LinkedIn, I'd love to hear what you think. Most people are complaining that on LinkedIn, you get kicked out of the site at least 2 or 3 times an hour, sometimes up to 8 times an hour. Yeah.
Wow, that's never happened to me
Oh, good. Okay.
on LinkedIn. No. No, I'm looking at Bob James from Manchester. I wish I could do a Manchester accent, but I can't. I can only do a Cockney accent. But he just wrote in the chat, Keith, he tried to join from Substack and has come back to LinkedIn because Substack is asking him to verify his identity in order to watch the stream. Something about regulations. You'll see it in the
do
chat,
you have
Keith.
that in Australia? I mean, in Canada, do you know what he's talking about there?
The
In
regulations?
regards to age, yeah. Do you have that yet?
I not
Let me.
no. I
I'm very excited.
don't
We're
think
leading the way. Australia's a superhero. And now a piece of social media news on KKFM. Australia in December introduced a law that says that anyone under 16 cannot have a social media account.
Oh, I know that. Oh, I thought you were talking about LinkedIn. Sorry. Yes. Oh, I'm well aware of that. Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
But the last time I was on your show, we were talking about certain Canadian provinces not allowing school kids, I think like Australia, under 16 to have a social media account. Oh yes, I'm well aware of that.
and I think that's what Bob is now saying. That
Yes, I can hear.
bingo!
All right.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play a little sound. And we have a winner. We have a winner. Oh man, this is so good. Congratulations, Australian Idol. Australian Idol. So Jody, thank you so much for persevering. Lovely to meet another Melburnian here. Tell us
Yeah.
what you're thinking of Substack. You obviously were very perseverant. I love that. Tell us what you do and how we can help and how you're using Substack.
Well, so I'm kind of a bit all over the place on Substack at the moment. So initially I started thinking, that I wanted it to be a place where I could, do my work and kind of move into consulting and things like that. But then I went, I've got a job. I work in projects and I'm kind of trying to pivot. And so then I think about a week and a half ago, I thought, okay, I love reading. That is my heart. That's been the thing since day one that I just love. And so what I've been doing is discovering all of the writers and then just posting articles that really speak to me. And
Oh, wow. So like curating the feed.
yeah, exactly. And honestly, like it's just been one of the best things I've ever done. So it's given me permission to just read as much as I want. And then just meeting all of the different people from all over the world, I've definitely felt that Substack is a supportive place. I'm not really on any other social media. Obviously, I have my professional LinkedIn account, but I don't post on there or anything like that. It's just been a place to connect with the people that I've worked with. And so now so my Substack is called Just Trying Stuff. And so I did want to come on here because I think I do want to go down the audio path and get guests on and because I'm going to try out some stuff. So this next week I'm going to be going to a eurythmy class with my sister. I've never done it before. And then I thought I would do, I don't know, some audio posts about it.
Yeah. Well, let me pick up on this. This is actually really important. Substack, this is it's really cool. Like this is we are right at the beginning of this revolution. I know this in my bones. Right? We are right at the beginning of a revolution right now. And I know this because I've been doing this since 2006 and I've seen it before. Substack allows you to write a blog post, create videos, and create audios, and do all three or just one or two of them. Right?
Yeah.
So it is the number one place for creating, because you can do everything you want here. Everything. So Substack has this really cool thing called Substack Studio. It's brand new, like it's only like 2 weeks old. And of course I know, because I'm trying things. So instead of going live and going, well, I can't get my mic to work, I feel stupid, what's going on there? Right? You can actually go behind the scenes and use Substack Studio, get it all right, push the button, record, edit, get it perfect, then launch. Right?
Yes.
So clever. Because, and today's a very good example, and I'm so glad that I do these shows and I stick with it, because, you know, most people say, oh, this can't be too hard, Keith. You just turn your phone on and you show a pretty picture and there you go. I might do that too. Well, have a go, because it's bloody hard.
Yeah.
But Substack Studio, which is free and embedded in the site, allows you to do everything that I'm doing, except you can go behind the scenes and get it right, get the sound right and the audio right and the videos right and the editing, and then just simply push go and it goes out. Now, this only happened, this is very, very new. I've got a video about this if you want. But what you're saying is very clear. You want to try it, but you don't want to invest all this tech and you don't want the trouble of having all these tech problems. And I got to be honest, I was right on the edge of what I could do. Like I don't have a tech team, and I was right on the edge of thinking, I don't know what to do now. And not everyone's up for that. And luckily we've solved it, and now that's a story to tell.
Well, let's just say that ChatGPT solved it.
Ah, there it is. You work behind the scenes. So
I did.
Have you heard of Substack Studio, and does that sound appealing?
Yes. And I kind of wanted to come on here because I'd seen that you've been doing these live pieces, and I just with audio, and I kind of went, I just want to experience it, have a go. I'm about just trying stuff. So so that was why I at the last minute went, okay, well, I'll give it a go. And then of course there was all of these technical issues, but thank you for persisting and understanding that, you know, I was still working through it. And it was definitely a setting on my Internet Explorer, like on my internet browser. So that's what it was. Like I thought it was my audio settings, and then I was going through all of the audio settings, but it was actually on the browser itself. So tip for new players.
Is that you just updated to Windows 11, I'm guessing?
Yeah, so it is updated, but it was just I don't know how it happened, but the setting for Internet Explorer, Edge, was set to 0. So like volume, because I could see you talking, and you know, obviously you could hear me, but but the actual browser that I was using, the volume was set to 0.
Yeah. Well,
so even it was going through my headphones, and I could see that, you know, the lines were moving, but the audio just wasn't coming through. So it was just weird.
Well, I'll really give you an excellent beginning point. I'm so proud of this because I've done it. So Substack doesn't look like this. I'm using a very complicated setup to do this format, but this is what the Substack version looks like. It's what I call Substack Direct. I just made that word up, but it's quite boring for me because I'm so used to having lots of gadgets. But this is what Substack Direct looks like if you want to run a show. I'm putting it up on the screen now.
Yeah.
You can have I know exactly how this works because I've done it. So you can have 3 people on stage, yourself and 2 others.
Yeah.
Right. You can have your video on or off.
Okay.
And you can do it yourself, or you can have 1 guest, or you can have 2 guests. And you'll probably, now that you've seen this, and I said this to Melissa last week, the red ocean. Now that I've told you about this, you tell me how many times you see someone doing a video on Substack. You'll see it every 10 minutes forever. Like it'll be like seeing the red car at the lights, right?
Yeah.
You know, you just go to Substack at any random time and there'll be someone doing this.
Okay.
And that's because they've made it really easy.
Yep.
So as you now know, I don't put my video on. So this is what it looks like if I did the show on Substack. I can have 3 people. It's very dumbed down. There's virtually no bells and whistles. You can't have music. You can't have images. It's just people talking, right?
Okay.
And
I
that's
kind of
good
like that.
if you've got it very simply. Now, Melissa, have you started to see that the video craze has taken off now that I mentioned it last week, the red ocean? Got you there, Melissa? She might be researching her next trip to Rome.
My gosh. Well, I mean, I went to Rome about 14 months ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And this is a shot in Pompeii. I'm guessing you've been to Pompeii or went to Pompeii.
Yeah,
while
I
you were
went to there a long, long time ago. But was a family trip to Italy and Croatia. And yeah, it was amazing.
Amazing. So Melissa goes twice a year because she's what we call a classicist, and she loves old things.
Oh, yes.
And I'm a futurist, and I like new things.
So I'm in the middle. I like both.
I know you like both. So what we were talking about last week, and this is exactly what this show's about. We were talking about what's called the red ocean strategy and the blue ocean strategy. I don't know if you've heard these phrases.
No.
But the blue ocean strategy is it's never been done before. It's a bit of a risk, but no one's doing it, so go for it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a blue ocean guy. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The red ocean is, well, everyone's doing it. It must be working. Just do that.
Yeah.
Right. So you just tell me, like I want you to just do a project for 1 week and tell me how many you see. Everyone is doing videos on their phone. Everyone. And they range from 4 seconds to 4 minutes. You know, everyone's doing it right now. That's a red ocean strategy because everyone's doing it. Like there's so much competition. It's like going into Burke Street or, you know, on New Year's Eve. I mean, sure, there's a lot of people there, but you can't move.
Yeah.
Red
what I was
ocean.
actually thinking of is like, so originally I did a post going, you know what, like I actually really want my job to be reading Substack articles and then promoting and helping people out and things like that. So that's more of like, you know, your blue ocean kind of thing because I don't think it's a thing at the moment, but I think I'll make it a thing.
Now that's actually, I love the blue ocean strategy because if no one's doing it, then, you know, you've got it to yourself. Like what I'd also love you to do, I'd really love you to do this for me.
Yeah.
I would love you to see if you ever see this ever anywhere. Like I have never, ever seen anyone doing this, like with a picture and 2 cartoons. I've never seen this. You don't see it because most people want to have their video on their phone because that's the culture we live in.
Yeah.
Right. And I just decided for fun that I want to do this cartoon version of me. Right.
Yeah.
Now it's very unique and it's just beginning. And to be honest, a lot of people don't understand what I'm doing, but I've never seen it done before. And that excites me.
Same. Yeah.
So I think
I'm really
you're
excited as well. And that's why I kind of persisted to jump on because I think it's scary to do the live thing, which you're doing amazingly well. And yeah, it is really different. And yeah, I'm not so much for the video either. I would prefer to be audio. And I don't know how I would go live. So I'm going to give it a go.
On the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
exactly.
The thing that's really cool is that when you get your mojo, like there's a couple of things that happen when you go live. One is it's impossible to describe unless you've done it, but there's this energy that happens when you go live.
Okay.
You know, there's this, I don't know, it's an aliveness.
Yeah.
It's partially fear.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's partially stress, but you know, we got it working. So we won. We have a victory today.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, you know, I have to say I was despairing there for a bit, but, you know, I do pride myself on being the person that likes to work out a problem. And so, and also just kind of deal. Obviously, I've never done a live show before. I've never been on anyone's audio show before. Obviously, all of my equipment wasn't really working. So it's really just about, I get what you're saying, because it feels like, standing on the edge of a cliff.
Yeah. It's very scary, but you persevered. And the reason why that's important, and the reason I ask those questions behind the scenes, is that my friend America, who's a live streaming coach in Toronto,
Yeah.
I asked the question yesterday, and I'm going to write a blog about this. Would you rather do your own show, or would you rather go on other people's shows? Right now, the answer to that question from most people is, I don't care, Keith. I just want to make money. I said, okay, so you're not answering my question.
Yeah.
But what he said was that people had come to him and said, mate, I've never done this before, but I want to get paid from the first interview.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's not fair. How can you expect to get paid if you've never done it before?
Yeah.
And people don't know how good you are. And what have you ever done it before? You got no demos. You've never tried it. They don't know if you're any good. How are they going to even set a price? Well, that's the deal. If I'm going to speak and share my knowledge, I want to be paid. Well, that is glorious. But if you've never done it before, you're not in a position to charge for that. Right.
Yeah,
so
100%. Like, I'm kind of going, I earn my own money. So it's more about going. So what I've discovered is, on Substack, I feel like it's a contribution rather than,
yes,
it's putting it out there. And so the most engagement that I've had is just about going and seeing what people are writing and honestly commenting from a place of where I'm at. And that's been really helpful to me to clarify that, well, I've always known that I was brave, and I never thought I would be sitting on a live show today. So that's another thing. But it's just kind of like, have a crack, as we say. Have a crack, and I don't know what it's going to turn into, and I also don't really mind because I'm mainly for having the fun.
Yeah, I think we're in a different zone now. So, the power of Substack, and when I say this, people don't know because they don't know where we're going. But I've been here since 2006. So there was a site in 2016 called Blab.
Yeah.
Which came, I don't know, you wouldn't have heard of it, but it came and went in 1 year. So it looked like the Brady Bunch. So it was 4 people on stage, free videos, right? It was so good. It got 4 million subscribers in 1 year and collapsed.
Wow.
4 million views, like 4 million users in 1 year. And can you just imagine that everyone's doing these high definition videos for 4 hours? It just collapsed because they didn't have a money model. Right?
Yeah.
So we all jumped on blab.io in 2016, and we all thought this is gonna be amazing, right? So I've said this so many times before, and then a year later they go, Keith, my most famous criticism is, Keith, even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
And so we're sick of these bloody predictions you make. You're always wrong. No, I'm not always wrong. I'm sometimes. Did you ever hear of Blab, Melissa?
I did. Yeah. Sorry, I lost you for about 3 minutes and I had to rejoin. Yes, I have heard of Blab. I have a question though for Jody.
Okay.
Hi, Jody. I'm from Canada.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
I love Canada. I lived in Canada for a little bit.
Oh, where?
In Banff.
Oh, Banff. Oh, lovely.
Beautiful.
In Alberta. Yeah.
Stunningly
Keith's been
beautiful.
there. Yeah, stunningly beautiful. Before I lost both of you, you made kind of a slip of the tongue. You were about to say Internet Explorer.
Yes.
I wanted to pick up on that because that really related to blue ocean, red ocean that Keith was
Yeah.
relating to.
Okay.
I remember back in the day, speaking of blue ocean and red ocean, Internet Explorer. Keith, you were just saying like 20 minutes ago about all these problems, and certainly Jody had problems getting on, and I did in previous platforms. But I remember back in the day when Internet Explorer was like demonized, because
Yeah.
it had so many problems, so many technical problems. Do you remember that, Keith?
Oh, of course. Yeah, I was one of
Yeah,
the
but it was
first
so
persons.
interesting, Jody, that you were just about to say Internet Explorer and then you corrected yourself. That's so
Yes.
interesting about
Yeah.
how all of these
Yeah,
social media website, well, no, Internet Explorer is not a social media website. I correct myself; it's a browser. But
Yeah.
back in the day, it was seen as the competitor to Google, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
And you just said, Jody, a few minutes ago, so you were about to say Internet Explorer, and then you said Edge. You corrected yourself. I found
yeah,
that so interesting because this is the evolution that we're talking about. The
yeah,
browsers and the social media channels, etc. And, Keith has been living proof of that because he's seen these come and gone. So you just made the example, Keith, about Blab. I do remember Blab, and yes, it came and went
like
in a
Periscope,
year.
like Periscope.
Like
Yeah,
Periscope. Yeah, yeah. I didn't really even have a chance to really digest Periscope because it was so short-lived.
and here's the blue ocean. Now,
There's
Oh,
the solution.
lovely.
now,
So,
now,
Jody, did you notice that you made kind of a slip of the tongue? You said,
I
"Oh,
did.
Internet Explorer," then yeah.
Yeah, but only because, like, in my mind, I have a so I think about Windows Explorer and then Internet Explorer and
Yeah,
then Edge
absolutely.
all get muddled up in my mind. And so I was more correcting the fact that I wasn't on a document library, I was on a browser. So,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I thought for the younger people, they might not understand about Internet
And
Explorer.
please don't I'm not trying to offend you. Please don't
Oh,
think
not at
that.
all. No, no, no.
I
I'm not
just thought it
offended.
was curious that you said that, because it's really what we're all talking about, the evolution of these platforms,
Yeah,
Keith, you know?
absolutely.
And how they've come and gone and they're short-lived and whatnot. And, I just find it so interesting that, I don't know if I was the first one who came up with flavor of the month, but but I remember saying that decades ago, flavor of the month. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden I heard people say that in the vernacular, in English, the flavor of the month. And as long as I've known Keith, we've seen flavors of the month, haven't we, Keith?
yeah. Oh, one of the things I'm fascinated by with you being a classicist is as a classicist who loves the, the classics, the things that have worked in the past and are solid. What's your take on AI? Because AI is a blue ocean strategy. Like some of these, like just to let you know exactly what happened there. I use a site called Bing Images. There's 100 of these. We're doing a whole show about this next week, but I use Bing Images to do my images. And I just typed in blue ocean into Bing and it created this image in 4 seconds.
Wow.
Now,
Yeah.
now we're live on air. I created an image about what we're talking about live while we're doing it. Like, this would have taken a day to
Yeah.
coordinate that with your PR team. So I just went to Bing Images and typed in blue ocean and it gave me this image in 4 seconds.
Wow.
Now, how can that be wrong? This is the evolution of content where as soon as it's in my brain, I get it out. And this is picking up on what you were talking about with Substack. I've got an article sort of half written about should we do our own show? should we go on other people's shows or do both? But it's only half written, and I'll bump it up and probably release it tomorrow. But the evolution of content is moving so fast that we can create content almost instantaneously now. And
Yeah, and I
I
think that
personally
the
find
AI thing is a good question though, because I mean, I love AI. I use it all the time. But I do think that Substack kind of brings as well that authenticity back, which is because I've never been an Instagram person or YouTube or anything of those things, not because I'm an early adopter of things but I like to try everything out. And so, but Substack seems to be sticking with me. And
Yeah,
I'm really
interesting.
sorry, I do actually have to go.
yeah, you got to
That's
go.
okay.
You
That's
got
okay.
kids at school holidays, isn't it?
School holidays, yes, exactly.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
That's a little Melburnian moment. So
Yeah.
you're welcome on the show every time I do. Tuesdays for beginners, Wednesdays for the deeper dive. Next week I'm doing a show about Gemini and
Okay.
Google Notebook LM, and most people don't even know what that means, but I'm going to do a show about it.
Yeah.
And I'm learning as I go, Melissa. So
Yeah.
you go and you do your thing, Jody. You're welcome on the show anytime. If you're ever over this way, let's have a coffee.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for having me.
See you
Take
later.
care, Jody. Nice meeting you.
You too. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
So the blue ocean strategy, Melissa, I'm very interested in your take on this because you are a classicist. Gemini is Google's answer to ChatGPT.
Yes. Okay. So, yeah, I'm a real beginner in this. So when oh gosh, I've got 3 accounts on Outlook. Is it 3? Yes. I've got 1 for personal use. I've got 1 for my mental health job, and I've got another for my teaching job for the language school. So I see Gemini at the top of the screen. I see ChatGPT. So now the language school in Quebec is trying to encourage us teachers to use whether it's I guess it's GPT that they're encouraging us to use with students. I'm sorry, I'm a real beginner with this. So what's the difference between ChatGPT and Gemini?
Yeah. So I'll do a segue to explain the point. So ChatGPT is just a tool, and every brand has a version. Google calls it Gemini. Microsoft calls it Copilot. Anthropic calls it Claude. And to set the scene, in Australia, this is very, very brand new. We will almost certainly run out of petrol by the end of May. Right?
Oh, no, really?
Yep, it's a true story. Like there are, sometimes up to 20% of petrol stations in the rural areas are out of petrol because of the problems in the Middle East. Right now,
Yeah.
I'm setting the tone. So what's happened is people are going, "Would you like an EV?" An electric vehicle.
Right.
So the electric vehicle is the gadget, but Toyota has one. Mazda has one. Ford has one. And there's several Chinese brands that have one, and they're all called different things. But in the end of the day, it's an EV. Right? So ChatGPT is like the original gadget.
Okay.
Now every brand has one. Google calls it Gemini. Microsoft calls it Copilot.
Okay. Yes, I have seen Copilot.
Anthropic calls it Claude. Now they're
What
exactly.
is Anthropic? Sorry. What is Anthropic?
That's just the brand name. That's just the company.
Okay.
But the product they have is called Claude. Right? So these are just gadgets. Right? They all do very similar things, and they all do very similar things in the same way that Android makes a phone and iPhone makes a phone. In the same way that Shure makes a microphone and Rode makes a microphone. You know, in the same way that Sony makes TVs and so does Samsung. Right? So it's just a product. So anyway, Gemini, which is, and I'll bring you in a minute, Josette. I can't wait to hear from you. I'll just finish this thought. Gemini is Google's answer to ChatGPT, because ChatGPT, talking about Blue Ocean, they just came in and they just took over, like 100 million downloads in 1 month. It just took off, right? And all the other companies are going, mate, we better catch up. What is it? What's this ChatGPT thing? We better make one. So Google's got one, Microsoft's got one, and there's all these other players. I personally use a site called Perplexity. We've lost Josette, so I'll go and get her in a minute. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on what AI could do for you as a classicist. You probably have no need for it, do you?
Well, as I just said, maybe I will have a need for it as a teacher. Here's the language school telling us or encouraging us to use AI. And we've talked about Kaizen, right?
Kaizen, yeah.
Kaizen, continual improvement. So I practice Kaizen with my lesson plans when I'm teaching English or French as a second language. I'm continually improving my lessons. So more and more, when I go on a resource to improve my lessons, they're always saying use AI. Even me learning Italian on Duolingo. That's
yeah.
AI. That's the only AI I use personally at the moment is to learn Italian, and I have the chance to go on a video call with someone who's part of AI. I was just doing a couple of lessons this afternoon before I joined your show, and they're always espousing AI to improve your lessons, to improve your experience.
Yeah, well, I'll give you a really cool
as
example.
A classicist, I don't know the answer, but as a teacher, I think it's one of those things like that we've talked about many, many times. Social media is here to stay. I think AI is here to stay. There's no getting over it. It's inevitable, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'll give you a really good example of this. And you asked, it directly relates to what we're talking about. So a friend of mine, Richard, who created that site Go Brunch, yeah, which we've talked about a few times, I think.
Yeah, Go Brunch, I think, is a wonderful platform.
And so he created a site saying, look, there's all these new sites, Keith, and how do we know if anyone's reading our blogs? How do we know? So he created this site. It's unbelievable. Like, it's unbelievable because you don't do blogs, do you? You don't write articles, then put them on the internet.
Not anymore. But when I was a career coach, I did, but not anymore. It's been maybe 15 years.
Yeah. So what happens? I'm so excited about this. I use this every day. So I write a blog post and then this site says, well, let me give you a score out of 100 on the likelihood that people will read it. Oh man, how is he doing that? That's amazing. So he's created this site that gives you a score out of 100 on the likelihood that someone's going to read your blog based on what we know people are looking for in the real world based on trends, right? So I do these blog posts. I type the URL into this process and it gives me a score. And not only does it give me a score, it actually tells me what I'm doing wrong if I want people to read it. Like, I mean, there's no wrong or right answer to writing. You just write what you think. But what if that's fine? But what happens if we want people to read it? So I'll share this document. So this is AI. This is okay. Based on what's happened in the last 30 days, these topics are really going off. And if you can write a topic about this or include some concepts about this, then you'll probably get a lot of readers. And I'm giving you 90 out of 100 for this because this is a job well done, Keith. Good on you. But I've also got 60 out of 100 says, oh, wow, you can do better. What have you thought of adding? ... Have you thought of adding? Here's a little thing you can try. So when my sites flatline, when my stats flatline, I go into this little checker. Like I'm cheating. I'm just a geek, right? I go when my site's flatline, I just go into this little site and it says, okay, this is not a bad idea, but you can do better if the goal is to get people to read your article. That if you want to just write for the sake of writing because you're purging, you're just writing from the heart. Well, you don't care if anyone's reading it. You just want to write it. But for me, I want people to read my blog. I want people to read it. That's the point. So I'm really, really, really into this site, and I blog almost every day now. So this is my secret weapon.
This sounds like, okay, so I'm reading your screen. That's fabulous. So AI SEO. Back in the day when you and I were communicating online, there used to be the optimization. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, so I liken this AI SEO to the same thing as site optimization. Would that be a true analogy?
That's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And, maybe it's cheating. I don't know. But the point is that I could write a blog and then wake up the next day and go, 4 people read it. Well, that's debilitating. Why bother? I could have gone to the beach. I mean, I could
Now,
have
does this work on the premise of keywords? Remember back in the day with the site optimization, you had to have keywords and such embedded in your website or your blogs in order to get an audience, in order to get I'm not using the right vocabulary at the moment. You know what I mean.
Yeah, this is actually why I'm really interested in your thoughts here, Jason. If you want to jump in on SEO and how you're using it, because you've got a newsletter, so I know you're into writing. But SEO as a concept has changed, right? So there's 2 main ideas now, and I'm just learning this myself. There's AEO, which is answer answer AEO. We've got to work out what that even means. And there's GEO. Now, what that means is that the way people search, this is very important. The way that consumers, the people that you want to read your articles, search for things has changed. Like as an example, my wife talks into a phone. Hey, Kay, where's the nearest Indian restaurant? 5 minutes from my house. As you've said, we're always addicted to getting answers straight away. So hold your thought. Where's the nearest Indian restaurant 5 minutes from my house? I'm hungry. Okay, Carol, here's 3 restaurants within a 5-kilometer radius that serve Indian food. Would you like me to connect to Google Maps and take you there? Right? This is the way we live now, right? So answer optimization and generic, I'll get these terms in a minute. It's basically doing SEO for the way we search. People search. People search differently than they used to 10 years ago. We used to type in to our browser, Google, where is the nearest Indian restaurant? And how much is their, chana masala? Do they do takeaway and how much does it cost? We typed it in. Now we're out and about on our phones on the bus or the train, driving, stuck at a red light. I'm hungry. Where's the nearest restaurant I can order food on the way home? Do you do this, Melissa, or am I really sort of playing it out now?
I don't, but a lot of people do. I live in a small town, but no, you are right. I mean, habits change, and you were right about 10 years ago. this used to happen. Now this is what's happening in Google Maps. No, it's a reality. It's a trend. Or maybe it's not a trend about the Google Maps necessarily,
It's
but
a
no,
lifestyle
it's true.
choice, isn't it?
It's a lifestyle choice. So when you were saying about Carol, okay, taking into her phone. So I've got coworkers, young coworkers who use Siri, for example. That's AI, isn't it?
That's right.
Siri, can you take me to the closest Indian restaurant? Oh yeah, yeah, that is a lifestyle choice,
Yeah. And so
and we use it. Yeah,
these models have had to adjust to how we look for work, how we look for things. So if we were using old technology, this new Indian restaurant that started 5 minutes from my house, we'd probably drive right past it because it's not optimized for the way that we now look for things. I'm not on my phone. I'm not on my computer at home on my laptop. I'm in the car at the lights and I'm around the corner, but I don't know that. If I knew that, I'd just go there, but I don't know where the latest Indian restaurant is. So businesses have to know this, because if they don't, all these people are looking for what they have, but they don't know who you are, right?
yeah.
And we're busy.
And another thing that I've noticed, not only with restaurants, is Googling evaluations or ratings. And the same thing with hotel ratings,
Reviews.
reviews. What are the reviews about this particular hotel or this restaurant? Oh, I have friends and coworkers who go by that exclusively. If there's not a good review about that
Yeah.
restaurant or about that hotel, they will not make a reservation.
No, we do. Carol does. She actually always says, before you buy something, have you checked the reviews? Yep.
Yeah,
There's
that's part of
58
our culture now too.
58 reviews and 96% 4 stars. 1% 1 star and 1% 5 stars. All right, 96% of people gave it 4 stars. That's all right. Let's take a risk. We'll go there. What about you, Jason? We're jumping over the map, but we're talking about two things. We're talking about blue ocean strategies. I'm wondering if you've heard that term. And we're also talking about SEO in the modern context. I'd love to know how you treat your blogs, your written articles, and do you check them for SEO?
I do not know what blue ocean is, aside from it is very far away from where I live, being landlocked in Alberta. And I don't really use SEO on our newsletter, but I have been taking the extra time on Substack when I write the newsletters to put tags in. And we got like some notification that we were number 40 on Substack for culture. And then it went away. So I should probably be a little less lazy, because it does seem to make an impact on people looking for things.
Yeah. And Substack really is taken off. I mean, you and I both are really embracing it. You've had it a lot longer than me, but you've noticed recently just how much it's taking off, and it's adding lots of goodies, isn't it?
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. And it's kind of been a refuge for people that haven't found what they want on other platforms.
Yeah. I'm really interested in your thoughts here. A blue ocean strategy is something that no one's done before and is completely untested. But if it works, you've got it to yourself. Look at that. Blue ocean. There's no competitors. Like there's no
I
one there.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like our brand is a blue ocean, science dogs. Like
Yeah.
there are no other science dogs. We're the only science dogs. So we
And
have
you've got
that.
it to yourself.
Yeah. And we just found a company that will do customizable like pet products that we can put science stuff on. So that's going to be exciting coming this year and next year. So I guess that's a blue ocean thing, right?
Yeah. It's risky, but it's exciting. Like it has huge potential, and there must be a chemistry version of this. But something that's very explosive, gunpowder maybe.
Yeah.
So gunpowder has enormous power, but if it's wrong, you can get into trouble really fast. So red ocean, the red ocean strategy is, well, everyone's doing it. I better do it because everyone's doing it.
Okay.
And then suddenly everyone's there. Crowded market, red indicating blood, battle of the fittest, dog eat dog, that sort of everyone's doing it, but there's money there. So let's just go in and try and chase it down, see if we can claim some of that gold. And I've never been part of the dog eat dog blue ocean, the red ocean thing, because I'm just lazy. Like I just don't want to fight. But blue ocean excites me because, and I really want people to look for this. I've never seen this done before, other than the work we used to do with Twitter Spaces and LinkedIn audio events and maybe even Clubhouse. I've never seen this format done before. And so if people like this format, they have no other choice than to come to my show because no one else is doing it. And that's sort of what I'm talking about. Like, I love this format and I'm going to master it. And I've arguably already have. And I'm going to do it. This is what I want to be known for. And Melissa, this makes sense, doesn't it? Like, this is the type of show I do now, don't you?
Totally. You've morphed from, global media strategist, global media specialist, etc., social media coach, and so on. All of the transformations you've done over the years. Yeah, absolutely. So you're definitely the blue ocean strategist.
I can actually call myself a blue ocean strategist.
Where's the drum roll?
And now, a word from our sponsor. Hello, my name is Keith Keller, and I'm a blue ocean strategist. Do you know Jason? Do you know his story? It's a pretty miraculous story.
No, hello, Jason. Where are you in Alberta?
Central Alberta, so Red Deer.
Oh, Red Deer. Okay, we were talking about Red Deer last week. I have visited Red Deer.
Yeah.
No, you have. Normally, it's the city you pass through on your way to something better.
Yeah. And
No, I've actually been there. No, I liked it. I'm in Ontario. I'm in Eastern Ontario.
Okay, yeah.
Well, the reason why this is such an important juncture, Melissa, is that Jason is a science teacher and a very good science teacher making a decent living in his town.
Excellent.
But he has more followers on Instagram than the whole of Red Deer.
Wow. How did you manage that, Jason? You mentioned Science Dogs. Is that your brand,
yeah,
Science Dogs?
Yeah, we have a pretty narrow niche. But our dogs, they're very cute, and I've gotten better at taking photos and videos of them, of course, over the time. But we also do science communication. We trick people because they're cute, and then we teach them science.
Let me decode there. You're breaking up there, Jason. I wonder whether your phone's getting a little bit low.
It is pretty garbage.
Yes, he was breaking up. I heard part of it. I understood part of it. He's going to rejoin us, I think.
Yeah.
So he's a science teacher in Red Deer, Alberta, and he has some sort of business. Is that correct, Keith?
Yeah. So what this is an astonishing story, probably my favorite internet story, and certainly my favorite of people that I personally know. Yeah, a lot of crackling there, mate. Is it something to do with your internet, or has your phone lost a little bit of power? Or keep going if you can, but I think we're sort of losing your signal. Keep trying. I'll just debrief on what's happening here. So Jason is a science teacher, making a good living as a science teacher. He's a good science teacher and he loves doing it. But he also has very, very, very cute dogs. And he started taking photos of the dogs and putting them on Instagram. And then people started watching his pictures of dogs on Instagram. And suddenly he's got more followers on Instagram than the whole town of Red Deer.
Wow.
And we were talking about this idea of global versus local. Like, he could go into town and no one would know who he was. But this actually happened, and you'll be excited about this, and Jason can pick up on this. He did a little Artemis 2 landing in the backyard, and the dogs jumped into a bucket of water, and it had 500,000 views.
That's one. You know, you were reading my mind. I was going to mention Artemis as a classicist. You know,
But
the
that's
recent
Greek, isn't it?
space exploration.
Isn't that Greek?
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
So, as
Diana
an
would be the Roman equivalent. Yes.
the god of war, the god of exploration, the god of cool things,
Goddess.
Artemis.
Yes,
Oh,
goddess.
that's right. There
Yeah.
actually is a one thing I wanted to mention. I'm very proud of this. You know that I tried for 2 years to get Discord working. I'll share the link in a minute for how I thought of that. But Discord was an atrocious failure for me. And I can say that because I've had successes that have blown my mind, and I've also had these atrocious failures. And in 2 years, I just could not get people to join my Discord account. In 2 years, I got maybe one a week. And I ended up with 225 followers in 2025. And it was painful. It was like pulling teeth. But, and this is what I'm saying, with Substack, I started in September and I got to 226 followers in 2026 in 8 months.
I don't think that's a failure. I think that's a failure about the platform, because Discord in itself was a failure, not you, my friend.
No, I appreciate that. And you can attest to that because it was a
Yeah.
really, 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 really hard site to use, wasn't it? You tried many, many times to get
Many
on.
times to get on. Yeah. It was worse than Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the reason I
But that
mentioned
goes
that,
back to our point about trial and error.
Trial
This
and
is
error.
all about trial and error, testing these platforms and these websites. So it's not a testament to your ability or to your talent. It's just what we were talking about 20 minutes ago, the evolution of these sites and these platforms.
yeah, well, why I thought of that is that a friend of mine who is on Discord calls herself Artemis. I think she's actually in Kingston. And I actually don't know her real name. And I said, look, why are all these people on Substack with these bullshit names? Why don't you just use your real name? It really pissed me off. I mean, people had come in with, hello, my name is Bobby Soggy Bottom. And I said, what's your real name? What's your real name? Look, I don't want to give my real name. My name is Bobby Soggy Bottom. Please refer to me as Bobby Soggy Bottom from now on. Well, what's your real name? I'm not giving you my real name. Well, why not? Well, I don't want to. And I'm thinking, well, how do I know you're a real person? Well, I'm talking to you, aren't I?
That's another show, I think, Keith, when people want to hide behind an identity, right? Remember when social media platforms came on, when you and I met each other online, there were so many people who were resistant to give their true identity, or they would come up with these namesakes or false identities. And it still continues with Facebook, you and Instagram, you still have people going on. Either they're cloning someone they want to be or they're masking themselves. I still don't understand myself. I mean, I think it's all about authenticity, being, very authentic. But that's a choice. When someone hides behind an identity, I have to really analyze that. Why are they doing that?
Yeah. Look, it was really challenging for me. And it's one of the reasons I actually stopped using Discord because I didn't know who they were. And when someone comes in with this really weird ass name, that
Yeah.
might protect them, but I don't know who they are. I've got
Yeah.
no way of verifying if it's safe for me.
Well, now we've got bots. So it's essentially the same thing. You have so many websites that are asking you, are you a bot? Are you a real person? And then you have to click on verify the identity. I just had to do it today. I can't even remember what site it was.
Yeah.
And I was asked to verify if I was a true person. Or the other example is, how many times have you gone on a site, you're researching something, Keith, and then they'll ask you, click on the pictures. Click on the pictures of a car. Has that happened to you? I'm sure
Oh,
it has.
yeah.
And you have a picture of, well, you have 6 pictures, and maybe 3 or 4 pictures will be a car, and you have to click on the car or the vehicle. You know, it's bloody ridiculous, but that's what it is. So now you've got bots, which is really the same thing because they're trying to identify whether you're a person or not.
Yeah. I don't know if you know what the rationale is behind that.
Well, I'm assuming some of it is scams. Some of it is identity theft. Those are my first impressions. If it's a bot, then someone is being what's the opposite of authentic? Not being authentic. So someone who is false, who is presenting a falsehood about his or
Yeah.
her identity.
Well, one that is true. But what they've done, it's pretty clever. What they're doing in addition to that, in addition to strategy and safety, is they're using these we're using human intervention to teach the computer what a stop sign is,
Okay, okay.
and what
I didn't know that.
because it's always related to cars, right? Click on every bus in the pictures, right? So
It's
it's
always
teaching.
vehicles. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So they're getting ready for autonomous vehicles.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah. So they're okay. This is a bus. This is a
Yeah,
bus. This is not a bus. It's a goat.
never
Don't
thought
that.
of that. It's a
So
goat. Yeah.
so they're teaching. When you think of it, when you see it next, that it's usually a stop sign, a pedestrian crossing, a car, a bus, a truck. It's always a vehicle. So
Yeah.
they're teaching the computer to recognize cars, and because we're getting ready for autonomous vehicles. Now, this is actually a very important discussion because I know this sounds shocking, but Australia may run out of petrol.
Yeah, you were saying that is shocking.
Isn't it shocking?
Yeah.
So it probably won't happen, but it's a strong possibility that already about 20% of petrol stations in Australia are out of petrol, especially diesel petrol, diesel. And so what they're doing now is, which is the first step, is that sales of electric vehicles and especially electric trucks have skyrocketed. And they say that in Australia by 2028, there'll be more electric vehicles sold than petrol driven vehicles. And in some states of Australia, they're going to ban petrol driven vehicles after 2035. Can you believe it?
That I can believe it. That discussion has happened here in Canada about the 2035 kind of prediction. Personally, I don't think it'll happen in Canada or for the US for that matter, because, and I'm included, we love driving our cars. We
Yeah.
love
Do
our
you?
vehicles. Yes.
There's no public transport there, or it's very limited?
I live, well, you always say Kingston, Ontario. I live half an hour from Kingston, Ontario. I live in a town of 5,500, 20 minutes from the American border. No, there is no bus service. But I work in Kingston, Ontario, which is a population of, 180,000. So we are so in love with our cars here in North American, Keith. It is true that electric vehicles are on the rise in terms of sales. Um, and there are more and more incentives to buy EVs. Um, but I don't see the sales rising as fast as Australia by virtue of the fact that we're just we love being owners of our own vehicles.
But do they have to do they have to be driven by petrol?
Well, if you're an owner of a truck, you probably need diesel, which happens to be more expensive now. It used to be the other way around compared to 5 years ago. That's the way it's headed. But that's a real shame. You know, we live in a country which should have oil reserves, like our friend Jason there, living in Alberta, where the
The
oil
oilers.
fields are. You know, and we should be in a position. I just heard this on Canadian radio today. Uh, Canada is in a good position in that we shouldn't run out of petrol or gas
Mm.
because we do produce gas, but Australia does not. So unfortunately, you're in a bad position.
Yeah, I'm really fascinated by this. I agree that cars won't go away, but why do they have to be run by diesel?
They don't have to be. I'm just talking about consumer habits. So it sounds like consumer habits in Australia are very different from here in North America. You know, unless you're in a major city, Keith, where the insurance is sky high, like Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, you can rely on public transport. You really can. It's affordable. But if you live in a major city here in Canada, it's unaffordable to drive a vehicle, because the insurance is so high. I know Melbourne is what, 3 million people?
6 million now.
6 million. Okay, so it's the equivalent of Toronto.
That's right.
Right
It's
now.
very similar to Toronto.
Very similar in terms of population. And quite frankly, a lot of us are lazy. We
Yeah.
just like the comfort of being in our own vehicles. Now, for my part, like I said, I live in a small town, 30 minutes from Kingston, Ontario. There is no bus service here, so I have to drive 30 minutes.
But why does it have to be run by petrol?
That's a very good question. It doesn't have to be, but that's the way it stands right now, and I think it's all about consumer habits
Yeah.
and consumer trends. It's kind of like your blue ocean strategy. The red ocean strategy, well, we've always driven our vehicles. So
Yeah.
why should we stop now? So I'm looking at the screen right now. The blue ocean strategy would
Yeah.
be EV, right?
Yeah, EVs.
The
Electric
red
trucks.
ocean electric trucks would be the blue ocean strategy. The red ocean strategy is we've always driven our vehicles, so why
Oh, I
should we
love
stop
my
now?
car. I love putting petrol in it. I love going on the highway.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And look, it's a very good idea because I personally am a little bit afraid to plug my car. I don't have one yet, but I would be very unhappy to plug my car into a power point overnight.
Me too. And the other thing is, hubby and I were in a small town outside of Toronto a few months ago, and the fellow who picked us up for a cab, he said he was Uber, but it was actually his vehicle, and it was an EV vehicle. And so we were asking him, "Oh, so how does that work?" Well, it doesn't exactly work great in Canadian winters. So there's the other thing. You don't have to worry about harsh winters where you live, but we do. And EVs are not really reliable in harsh winters.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I think and this is why I'm quite excited by the idea of a blue ocean strategy. So EVs, definitely a blue ocean strategy. So
Yes.
you might not have this car there yet, but there's a brand of car called BYD, which stands for Build Your Dreams. Now,
No, we don't have that.
I want you to research this. This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
No,
By BYD. Okay, that's easy to remember.
you'll love this, or maybe hate it. BYD overtook Ford this week as the number
wow.
2 seller of cars. They only do EVs. They don't sell petrol-driven cars. So
Trucks or cars or
cars.
both?
No, they don't
Okay.
do trucks, but they do utes, utilities, but they don't do
Yeah.
big sort of four-wheelers. So those big ones, but they do the big sort of tradie trucks. So BYD overtook Ford this week as the number 2 seller of cars in the world. Right?
Oh, wow.
Talking about
Not
trends
just Australia. You're
in the
talking about
world.
the world. Okay.
Yep. And the number 1 seller of cars is Toyota. And
Yeah.
they're actually a long way behind Toyota in the world, not just America and
Yeah,
Australia.
Toyota is number 1 in Canada.
Yeah. And now Toyota does both. They have a hybrid and plug-in, and they can do. I don't think they sell diesel cars, but maybe their four-wheel drives are diesel. But what I'm interested in with this idea, and this is a very good example of blue ocean, red ocean. Man, I'm never giving up my diesel car. I love the power I get driving up a hill on a Saturday night, knowing full well I'm going to get to the top. Don't tell me to have this pissy little electric car. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So that's just mindset.
Yeah.
That's red ocean.
Yes.
The blue ocean guys at BYD are saying, mate, we know in Australia by 2028, electric vehicles will overtake petrol-driven cars, and we want to be there. And they are. They're here. BYD. And now, you probably don't have them there yet, but if I go out in the car today or on the train or to the service station, every second car in Australia is a BYD. They have, this is so clever. Like, whoever thought of this is a genius. Someone thought of this idea that EVs are going to take off and we're going to be there. Blue ocean strategy, right? Unbelievable. And I mean, I'll get it. I'm with them. I don't have a BYD, but I am thinking of buying one when we upgrade our car next, because they're everywhere. Everyone's got one. Like, everyone you talk to has got one now.
That's amazing. Yeah, I will research that.
They may not be in Canada yet, but BYD, it's easy to remember because BYD stands for Build Your Dreams.
Right.
And this is a brand I'd never heard of 6 months ago. Right?
And where does the owner originate from?
They're a Chinese car.
Chinese, okay.
Yeah, so they're very much a budget car, maybe 20 grand. I don't know how much they are, but say 20 grand. Our Mazda 3 cost us 30 grand. It's a petrol-driven car, and we researched it, but we had this discussion about upgrading to a new car.
Yes,
so we bought a Mazda 3 in 2023, and it cost us $30,000 changeover, which we were happy with because we'll probably have it for 10 years. But when we go to our next car, almost certainly it'll have something of this componentry, because in Australia, they are definitely banning petrol-driven cars in 2035. Now, there'll be a big riot. There'll be a riot. And some cities won't agree to it, but this will happen. But it'll definitely happen in Australia. Might take till 2038, but it'll definitely happen.
Yeah.
And I love that because, that's the way I think. I can see a time where every car is an electric car, maybe 2035, 2040, 2060, because we know for sure, and this is something we can't get away from, we will run out of petrol. Like, even the oilers are going to be pissed off. I mean, they're going to run out one day. I think it's 2037. They're going to run out of petrol one day. It's a finite resource. You can't make it.
Yeah.
Oil,
I agree. I agree. Yes.
It's in the ground until it's not in the ground.
Yeah.
And I just love these conversations. So, we've talked a lot about AI, electric vehicles, EVs, electric trucks. It's the type of conversations we have now, isn't it?
Is.
And I can afford to do it because I'm luckily retired, which will happen to everyone eventually if they want to. And now I just get up and I do things I want. I don't have to worry about income, because I worked for 40 years. I saved my guts out. We paid the house off. We didn't have kids. We don't have an expensive lifestyle, and it's a lovely idea.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Now you've got have you got a gig today, or you're working today, or you're not?
Today I taught 2 courses. I taught English and French, and that was it.
Okay.
So pretty Yeah, I'll work my guts out towards the weekend and then fly to Rome out of Ottawa on Monday.
On Monday you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this time I'm trying Ottawa rather than Montreal or Toronto, less hectic.
Is that just as far
And
or similar?
it's similar. Yeah, it's very similar. So I can evade or avoid the hectic airport of Toronto, not the madness and the frantic pace. And
Do you
yeah,
go on your own? Aren't you a bit scared?
no, I'm at this time, Keith, I'm doing some new adventures. I'm going to embark on a few new adventures to visit the Roman ruins wherever they are this time. And I'm at the point where, I'm winding down. I'm going to be like you, I swear, in 2 years. Or, I don't think I will fully retire. I'm going to be like my parents. I think I told you about them. They both worked into their 80s. I can see myself in 2 years, teaching online somewhere in the world, you know? But I can't see myself fully retiring.
Yeah, it's really interesting you say that because what Carol's going to do, Carol's a financial planner, and
Yeah.
she loves it. Like she loves it. She works bloody hard. She flew to Sydney last week and delivered a course, and she's going to Adelaide next week, and the following week she's
Wonderful.
flying to Perth because she's bloody clever. She's got 3 degrees, and she's sort of very senior there, and they lean on her a bit. And I say, look, don't you get a bit sick of it? She gets up at 6 o'clock, gets home at 6 o'clock. I mean, don't you get a bit sick of it? It's dark when you leave. It's dark when you get home, and it's bloody cold. And don't you think you've had enough? She goes, Keith, I can't stop. So what she's
Mm.
going to do, I'm very excited about this. In July, she's going to have Fridays off, and she's going to work a 4-day week.
I used to do that. I loved it.
Yeah, so she's going to do a 4-day week, maybe for 6 to 12 months, and see how that goes. Because she loves gardening and cooking and riding a bike and playing guitar, but she never gets time because she's always away, right?
Yeah.
And she's
And
always
then
working.
you're going to Greece in October?
We're not going now. We can't go. Like we're going to get shot down. We've got no petrol. There's no petrol.
Oh,
All
shoot.
all the airlines are canceling. All the airlines are canceling flights.
Oh, gosh.
no-
I'm
there's
so
no-
glad that I booked
Oh, you're
when
very
I
lucky.
did.
We got no.
Yeah.
There's no jet. There's absolutely no jet fuel. That's for sure. There's no jet fuel.
Yeah,
So
there's no guarantee I can go back, later this year. The Canadian news were saying that last night for that same reason. We might be shut down. Oh, we've got Jason back from Red Deer.
now, how far away are you from the oil fields, Jason? The oilers are very famous from Calgary. Are you far away from the oil fields?
Are you talking about the oil sand or just like oil derricks that pull oil out of the ground?
Well,
That's
either, I
different.
don't even know what that means. We don't have it. So you
Yeah.
guys have got oil in the ground where you live, haven't you?
Yeah, so probably about half of Alberta and half of Saskatchewan, millions and millions of years ago, was this giant inland sea called the Bearpaw Sea. And all the critters that lived in that sea died, and the algae became oil. So that's why we have so much oil. And they're all across Alberta. They're littered with oil deposits, which smaller little pump jacks can pull out of the ground. But the vast store of oil is in northern Alberta and around an area called Fort McMurray. And there is gobs and gobs of oil, but it's trapped in sand. So it's a bit controversial because it does take a lot of energy to get that oil out of the sand. But there's estimates that there may be as much oil up there as in some parts of the Middle East.
Yeah. Well, that's really interesting because I'm very interested in your thoughts here because I wouldn't think there's a single EV in Calgary, but in Australia, they are predicting that by 2028, EVs will overtake petrol-driven cars, and in Australia, we're going to ban petrol-driven cars in 2035, especially diesel. and obviously that's never going to happen in Calgary. But this week, BYD, a Chinese EV company, overtook Ford as the second leading car sales company in the world. So I'm very interested to know if Calgarians, Calgarites, Albertans,
Calgarians.
here come the Calgarians. You know,
Uh-huh.
are they embracing EVs, or is that a bit dirty word?
It's a tough call. See, Alberta is fairly conservative compared to the rest of Canada, and with that conservative mindset, your stance right off the bat is probably anti electric cars. So the adoption in Alberta, I think, will probably be the lowest in all of Canada because of that. We also have a very, very cold climate: Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, parts of Ontario and northern Quebec. Very, very cold. So that's another issue. And then Alberta is huge and spread out. I mean, you live in Australia, you know what it's like. Your country is enormous, right? Like you have to fly across it. You're not going to drive across Australia, kind of like Canada. And because it's so spread out, the charge stations are few and far between in places. So you kind of have to, if you have an EV, you've really got to pick your path, or you're going to run out of charge and be stranded. So there's a couple things going against it, which have nothing to do with how good the EVs are getting. That's the other part of the debate, is that they're rapidly outpacing gas or diesel cars. So
But yeah, it's a mindset, and so because in Australia we are seriously looking down the barrel of, pardon the pun, that word barrel. We are seriously thinking that we may run out of petrol in Australia. Like we're almost on rations now. Public transport's free, and there's a lot of government ads about, look, please try and work from home if you can, and please, don't use a roof rack, and please go do the old car share thing, and if you don't have to drive, please don't drive because we will run out.
Keith, I heard that yesterday on the Canadian news. There are certain countries that are recommending that their employees work at home or travel to work by car every other day. For example, Bangladesh. I just heard about Bangladesh, one of the poorest countries in the world. So, that's a real concern. And Jason's summary about Alberta and Western Canada was right on the mark. Absolutely accurate.
This is actually why I just love doing these shows, because things that we take for granted as obvious here, like public transport in Melbourne is arguably the best in the world. There's a train station 10 minutes from my house that takes me into the city. Public transport is free for the month of April, but it normally costs like $5 to get into the city.
I'd have to say that the transportation system in Toronto is one of the best. I was telling hubby that.
Yes.
Even better than Rome. Even better. I mean, it's pretty efficient. Wouldn't you say, Jason? I'm sure you've been to Toronto.
I haven't. I've never been.
Oh, really?
I've never been east of Manitoba, and I've only been to Manitoba to go to Churchill to see the polar bears.
Oh, the polar bears. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You were mentioning Jason.
My family has been all over Canada. My son with marching band, and my wife with different things.
Okay.
I go west to the ocean. It's a bit further. That's where I like to go to vacation. So.
Before we lost you, Keith and I were talking about electrical vehicles, and I was saying, you mentioned the same thing about the harsh climate and that, and EVs are not necessarily conducive to harsh winters like we have here in Canada, and I agree with you that it's a hard sell for EVs here in Canada, for many reasons, which you mentioned, a couple of minutes ago. It is a hard sell. And I was saying to Keith that part of it is comfort as well. And part of it is just habit. We like
Yeah.
we would like to ride our cars. And the 4 times I've been in Italy, Keith, you could count on one hand the SUVs you see in Rome, being a major city.
They have all these
Uh,
smart cars, don't they? The size of a toilet block, and you see all these cars that got like,
or
Yeah.
even my girlfriend, who rides, a scooter, an electric scooter.
Yeah.
They're plentiful in Rome.
A Vespa.
Yeah, a Vespa, exactly. That's the word I
Yeah.
was searching for. Thank you.
I'm just getting
and
that garbage sound again. I'm gonna have to duck out. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
What
I'm
is
sure
that?
it's on the screen.
You're saying that is something to do with Restream, or you're saying it only happens on your phone?
Yeah, I apologize, but like it's all blah, 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 blah. It's happened every single time, so I gotta duck out. I can't really hear anything.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry.
No
you're
worries.
breaking up. Yeah.
Don't worry. We'll sort it out over time.
Mhm.
I just said this is pretty amazing. There's a Chinese a Chinese EV maker that every second car in Australia is an EV at the moment, and BYD is the name of the company. I want to read these stats out to you, Melissa. This is amazing. For the first time ever, Chinese automaker BYD has overtaken Ford Motor Company in global sales, edging out the US car maker by 200,000 vehicles in 2025 and selling a total of 4.6 million cars in 2025. 4.6,
Wow.
and it beat the Ford Motor Company by 200,000 cars. It's a long way behind Toyota, which is number
Yeah.
one. And I don't know, we'll Google that in a minute. But
Right.
I just love these global conversations. We don't have harsh winters. Like 0 is harsh for us. Like, oh, bloody hell, it's cold. It's 0. It's freezing. It's quite literally
Yeah.
freezing. It's
And you're going
0.
into fall right now, aren't you?
That's right. We're in fall, and it's
Yes.
starting to get the Melbourne cold weather, but we don't get snow
Yeah.
in the city,
Right.
and we don't have to shovel our snow out. And I can't imagine, but it's just so fascinating because especially when you relate it to the blue ocean strategy, because
Mhm.
someone like maybe Elon Musk thought of it first, but someone thought, you know what? I reckon EVs are going to take off. I'm going to invest $1 million, $1 billion, my family fortune, in making an electric car that everyone can afford. Right? That might have happened in 2020. And people are going, that is ridiculous. And even if I said this to you, if you went to Kingston, Ontario, and went to the Mall and went to any given man in the street to say, hey, Kay, do you think that Canada will ever adopt EVs? If they don't hit you, they're going to swear at you. Mate, what a stupid idea. We are never buying an EV. I tell you for sure, we're never buying an EV. Right? Okay.
But you know
no
what?
worries.
I'm sure the Wright brothers, when they invented the airplane, I'm sure they experienced so much criticism. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? An airplane flying the ocean? I'm sure they had the same sort of criticism back in the day, or for that matter, Henry Ford, when he invented the vehicle, the car, right?
I just want a faster horse. That's his most
Exactly.
But look, let me explain how. I don't know if you know this, but there's 3 types of EVs now. This is really cool. This is really cool. This is really, really cool. There's a pure electric vehicle that you plug in. Yep, and it only works on electric. It doesn't have any petrol. Right? It's an electric. It has a battery. Right? You plug it in overnight, and you might get 500 k's out of it, and then you plug it in again. Right? That's what we call an electric vehicle. Then there's a thing called a hybrid vehicle, which runs on petrol but has an electric battery. Right? So when you run out of petrol, you can run the electric battery. You only get about 50 k's. It's like a backup. It's called a hybrid. Yeah. And now they've invented this plug-in hybrid. So you run the petrol for the petrol, and then you plug it in to top up the battery. So you can get 3 types of electric vehicles now. And this is exactly like what we're talking about with Claude and Gemini and Copilot and ChatGPT. Someone thought of an electric car. Now you can have 3 types. Oh shit. What do I want? Do I want a plug-in car? Do I want a petrol-driven car with an electric battery? Do I want a plug-in electric car with a backup with petrol? You know, you can have 3 choices now.
Yeah.
Can you
yeah.
believe it? It's just evolving so
I know about the
fast.
hybrid. I don't know about the third. I wish Jason was here to ask him if we have all 3 here in Canada. I honestly don't know, but we definitely have the 2 that you mentioned.
Yeah, because I've said to Carol, I'm pretty confident that in our lifetime, I will never trust in a 100% electric car. I just don't feel I'm ready for that. You know, I'm a boomer.
And yeah, and I'm a boomer too, as you know, and for that matter, I hear more about these self-driven cars that are available in California. I don't trust them either.
Well, that's a whole new story, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So
Are there self-driven cars in Australia?
No, not yet.
No, I guess it's just being tested in California.
It's
what
mostly
I
in
know.
San Francisco, isn't it? But when you
Yeah.
do another one of those, what do they call captures? Please tell me which one of these pictures has a stop sign in it. Now you know you're contributing to the electric car movement.
Oh my gosh. What? Are you a bot?
You cannot. You can. So when we say AI is there, you can't even avoid it, because even when you're doing something
No, you
innocuous,
can't.
you
Yeah.
can't even avoid it.
And
But
and not only that, another thing I've encountered, kind of on the same point, is if you're going from one email account to another. I mentioned Outlook an hour ago. I've got 3 Outlook accounts, right? So now sometimes I will be asked, do you want a code? You want a code from your phone? Do you want a code from your alternate email? What's the other way? I think there are 3 different ways that they ask you for verification. It drives me nuts.
email too, yeah.
And email too. Yeah. Have you encountered that where you have
That's
3
called,
choices?
it's called 2-factor authentication.
That's it. Yes.
So
Yeah.
what they're saying is, look, we trust that you want to change your password, but we don't trust
Right.
that you are the person who owns the email.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to send you a code on your phone,
Yes.
so that you know, because we're thinking if you've lost your phone and you've been and your email's been hacked, then you're stuffed. But if your email's been hacked, chances are you still have your phone. So they call it 2-factor authentication.
Right.
That's
Well,
why they do it.
Yeah. I'll give you an example. So, I work for a website to teach French. So they pay me via PayPal.
Mm.
So I choose to have worthy. I've had it over the years. When I was career coaching, I would be paid by PayPal. I didn't trust anything else at the time. Now I choose PayPal. Otherwise, I would be paid by a German bank, and there are a lot of complications there. So I chose PayPal, and it's turned out to be really good. So I only have to go through 2 steps. So I'll check my PayPal account. They're supposed to pay me on the 5th of the month for teaching French classes. So I check it, and then I only have 2 steps to verify who I am, the code, and then that's it. And within 30 seconds, I can send the euros to my Canadian bank account via PayPal.
And
That's
they convert it. And then
Yeah.
they convert it back.
Yeah, it's great. It's so convenient.
What are you getting for the euro now? About $1.50?
Yeah, depending on the day, between, I would say, $1.52, $1.55, somewhere around there. So it's not too bad.
Yeah. Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah. But these authentications, they drive me crazy too. That's another thing. So if it's not one thing, with the bot, then it's another with the verifications. They just drive me crazy, and
because we live in a global
Authenticator is
world.
another one. Yeah.
Because we live in a global world, there's a lot of people maybe in Bangladesh or Romania or Nigeria that think, well, hang on, here's this person on the other side of the world going to Rome. She must have money.
Yeah. Well, remember I was scammed.
That's right. You've been scammed because they
Remember, I was
see.
supposed to get the English teaching job in Germany. We won't speak more about that because we're live. But yeah, the other thing that I keep hearing about is these cryptocurrency scams. Now, I know nothing about crypto coin, and I don't want to know, Keith. So maybe I guess I'm not Blue Ocean Strategy. What's your take about cryptocurrency?
Well, Carol's a financial planner.
Yeah.
And she hates crypto. And she went as far to say that if you invest in cryptocurrency, I'm changing the locks.
Really? Yeah.
And she said it's grounds for divorce. So she said, look, I don't, if you make money of your own accord and you invest that money in crypto, well, I think I could live with that. But if you use our savings in crypto, I'm locking the door. I'm changing the locks.
Yeah.
And you won't be able to get back. And so she's a financial advisor. She's quite conservative in her mindset. And she hates it, like absolutely. It's a guaranteed fight if I even bring it up. And I'm personally not that excited by it, although I do like trying things. And for a very long time, these friends of mine on Discord who live in Ottawa, they tried to explain this idea. And I listened with an open mind, but I've got to be honest, I didn't understand it. I couldn't get my head around it. And I thought, well, I'm not allowed to do it anyway. And I'm trying to understand it just for the pure learning. And it was very complex. And I thought, this sounds stupid. I just want to buy things. I just want to go to the shops. And no one was ever able to tell me when I could go and buy petrol with the crypto.
Yeah.
Can I buy petrol? Yeah. Can I do my shopping? Can I pay my gas bill?
Absolutely.
And we're not there yet. Like maybe we are now, but I could never get a straight answer on the fact that I could go to Woolworths and pay for my weekly groceries with Bitcoin, because you can't.
Right. Yeah.
And
so maybe crypto is blue ocean strategy, but I want no part of it. I like you say, it seems complicated. I want no part of it. Meantime, I heard in the local paper, there was a person bilked out of $100,000 because of crypto scheme. $100,000, Keith. And so it sounded like the person's life savings.
And because it's not easily understood, people get very confused. And
yeah.
And Carol says to me, well, Keith, what do you think? If someone came up to you and said, look, I'm gonna for $10, I'm gonna make you $100. Well, really? Okay. I mean, it's too good to be true. We're very cautious when it comes to money, very cautious when it comes to new things.
As you should be, especially with money. You know, it sounds like the snake oil salesman has just entered the door, right? Yeah. So if you invest XYZ, so many dollars, and I'll give you this, it does seem to be good to be true. So quite frankly, I don't want to be the blue ocean strategy with crypto. I want no part of it. No, thank you.
Yeah, I wonder whether crypto is what we call blue ocean. Because in a way it's red ocean because everyone's doing it. Like, I mean, if you walk to that same guy, if you walked into the mall and talked to the same guy you talked about EVs, I bet you any money he's got crypto.
I don't know. I don't know anyone who uses cryptocurrency.
A lot of retirees are trying it. A lot of retirees, and probably the world's most famous Canadian, William Shatner. he espouses crypto. He's 95.
Really? I didn't know that. Okay. Captain Kirk. Okay. Yeah. Never knew that.
You didn't know that he was Canadian, or you didn't know?
Oh, I knew he was Canadian. Of course, yeah. Of course.
Yes, but so he espouses it. But yeah, look, it's a big risk.
The classicist in me loves Star Trek.
Of course. Did you?
Oh,
Are you
yes.
what? Have you watched the series, the various series, or just the original?
I watched the New Generation with Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yep.
But I just couldn't get into it, because I'm a classicist. I think, the original was always the best. Yes.
Okay.
Of course, I know William Shatner is Canadian. Yeah. Well, when I used to be on Twitter, I mean, it's all over his platform. Canadian, no politics. Yes, but I never knew that he was a crypto fan.
And
That's
who
news
else
to
is
me.
Canadian? Is it Michael J. Fox Canadian?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's so many actors and comedians that are Canadian, Keith.
Yeah.
We could spend a whole show. Well, you said one of your favorite bands is Rush. They're
Yep.
Canadian.
Yeah, they got a new
In
drummer.
your last
Did you see
show,
that?
you were talking about. By the way, I did look up her picture after your show. She is hot.
Yeah, she's a young. She might be 25, maybe 30, and she's very good, like as a drummer. Because
So I hear-
that music is very complex. Dan would know, very
Yeah.
complex music,
Yeah,
like a
it
lot
is
of time
complex, yeah.
signatures, and
Mhm.
they never come here. They've never been.
I
to
was just
Australia.
I was just say that, but don't hold out on that, or maybe not hold on that. I don't know, but there have been many bands, as you know, that have come to Australia. So
Yeah, we
you
went
never
last
know.
week. Did you hear that? We went last week to see a band in the city.
You were talking about it in your last show. I saw your pictures of the hotel. So what was the name of the band?
The band's called Papa Roach. They're a 90s band from Sacramento. And
Oh, okay.
I personally don't like them. I can say that because we're 2 hours in, but Carol loves them, and we do everything together. Like
Mhm.
even if I don't want to go, I go. So we stayed at this really lovely hotel called the Windsor.
I saw the pictures. Yeah, it
And
looked lovely.
we could have been at the Empress, like it's the equivalent of the Empress in Vancouver Island.
Mm-hmm.
So we do these things for each other. Carol loves traveling and loves music, and most of the music that we watch and listen to, we do enjoy together. But this particular band, I don't particularly like. They're not bad. They rap in this is a new style. They rap in the verses, and then they sing a chorus with a sing along chorus idea. I'm not a big fan of that. Like a band called the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Yeah, I know them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not keen about them, but they're good for their genre of music that they play.
They're very good at what they do. And so what we did, it's very good what we call together time. And you'll love this because a lot of these, so I'll see if I can pull them up. So we stayed across the road from Parliament House, and I did feel like I was in Victoria because we went to Victoria.
Really?
Yep. So
Yeah.
that's the photo. That could have been a building in Victoria, couldn't it? Have you been to Victoria?
Definitely. No, I have not, but I have 3 girlfriends there.
Yeah. So we stayed at a hotel like the Empress. This is like a compromise. I'll go to your band if I can stay overnight. And then I'm very proud of this. We got a brand new train. Like Melbourne is very, very, very good for public transport. So we've got a brand new train line. And so I went and had a look, and it's very modern. And so I thought I'd get the shot with the old tram in it, and then I got the shot with the new tram. So there's the old tram, and there's the new tram. And I thought that was a good superimposition on my phone. Just on the way home, just stopped off, had a look. And it's very cool. It's very cool. And then I went to the other side of the road and took a different type of tram. I love living in Melbourne. I love the fact that it's a very modern city. It's very multicultural. We've got everything that we need.
That sounds a lot like Toronto.
Yeah.
It's a city, isn't it? It's on the water. I just saw a video of a beach in Melbourne yesterday on Facebook. I can't remember the name of it.
St Kilda Beach? Brighton Beach?
How many beaches are there in Melbourne?
Well, the main one is Brighton Beach, and then
I
we've
don't think
got
it was
St Kilda
Brighton.
Beach.
Yeah, it must have been the second one that you just mentioned. Yeah.
So very, very cool place to live. And we live 10 minutes from the beach.
Ah, you are so lucky.
Yeah. And so I think it's actually very important to be grateful. Like, I know this is a bit woo-woo sometimes, but I think it's very important to be grateful for what you have rather than complaining about
Oh,
what's
I
missing.
practice gratitude every day. I live 5 minutes from the St. Lawrence River.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's right, because you're a birdo, aren't you?
Pardon?
You're a birdo.
Yes, I am a birder. Yeah, I am a bird. Yeah. Yeah, so I live literally 5 minutes from the St. Lawrence River. And yeah, I do my birding, my bird watching at the marina. And I consider myself lucky. It's one of the most beautiful places in Canada. Yeah, so I'm very grateful too.
Do you use a good camera, or do you just use your phone now?
I use binoculars, which Dan bought me, and I've got a really good birding book. So no, I don't. I only take pictures on my phone, but I do have a great pair of binoculars for bird watching.
I'm always fascinated by this discussion, because I went, when we went to Japan, I didn't even get the camera out. I took a camera, didn't even get it out, and I'm thinking, you look like you're a sitting duck. Like when tourists have a big fat camera on their back, they're a sitting duck.
Yeah.
I thought, I'm not even going to take my camera anymore. I'm not even going to take my camera when we travel anymore. And I'm going to try that if we go to Greece or whatever. I'm going to try not taking my camera.
Now that's a trend. Okay, so I just heard this on TV 2 weeks ago. There are a couple of trends. So record sales, not only of vinyl record sales, spiraled here in Canada. They're at the highest sales level, Keith, since the 90s. Another trend that they mentioned in the same story was Polaroid cameras. And what was that? Polaroid cameras and disposable cameras are on the rise here in Canada.
I have heard that the disposable cameras with film
are being embraced by young people.
Wow.
Yeah, so the sales have taken off for whatever reason. So it'll be interesting to see when I go back to Rome next week, how many actual cameras I see. And I know what you're talking about with the sitting duck. You really feel out of place if you have, a true camera. But I'm going to be curious to see if I saw a few Polaroid cameras.
Did you ever have a real camera? Did you ever have a proper camera?
Oh, absolutely. I always bring my digital camera to Italy as a backup.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Always, as a backup. And also, I think I told you that the second time I went to Rome, my phone was stolen on the subway.
That's right. You did tell me that. Yeah.
Yeah. So now I use my digital camera as a backup. But there's another trend. Yeah. So retro is really in full swing. Not only do you have retro music that we've talked about many times. So now vinyl record sales are in full bloom, and now cameras. Who would have thought, right?
Yeah, well, things go in cycles.
Things go in cycles. Yeah.
Gary V has been famous to say recently, guess what the new trend is? Analog.
Really?
Yeah, he says it. He says, guess what the new trend is? Real life. Because you were always complaining that you're talking to someone and they go, hold that thought, I've just got to Google how many liters of petrol there are in a gallon.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah,
We're so in the moment that we can't hold a thought.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, look, it must be getting late there. I might let you go. What's it, about 9 o'clock?
No, it's let me look at my computer. It is 10:55 p.m.
Nearly midnight. Well, 11 o'clock there. So you're working
Yeah.
tomorrow. You got to get a good sleep in.
I hope so. Let me see. What do I have tomorrow? Let me think. One English course, one French course, and then I go back to my travel agent. I've already bought my airline ticket, Air Canada, and we just have to fill in the blanks for my 10-day trip. So as I said, new adventures. Naples,
Unbelievable.
Verona.
Ah,
Where else am I going? That's new. Verona. Maybe Venice. We'll see. So I'm back to the travel agent tomorrow. That's my day.
did you go to Herculaneum?
Oh yes, yes, I've been there. Yeah.
Is that as good or different? We couldn't go there. There was a train strike on the day we were going to go, and
Oh, I've been
Herculaneum.
through a train strike in Italy. Yes, it is worth it. It's a smaller version of Pompeii, of course. You could easily see Herculaneum in 3 hours. Would I go back? Probably not. Because of the fact, as I was mentioning earlier, there are new discoveries in Pompeii every month. But it's definitely worth seeing.
Yeah, well,
It's there aren't the maddening crowds that you see in Pompeii. No,
bingo.
it's smaller. Yeah, it's smaller. It's more compact. What else? It's
The cruisers probably don't go there.
no.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you've been there. You've ticked that one off.
Yeah.
So
I think-
what I'll do for you now is I'm going to actually I'm going to scour my internet for all my Roman friends, and just just hang out with them. They're very lovely, and I'm sure that as I said, I stayed in a suburb called Trastevere, which is the funky sort of backpacker area with all the restaurants, and it's very cool.
Okay.
So I'll just let everyone know that you're coming and you go regularly, and maybe one day you'll meet up with some of them.
That would be lovely. And I've got your link here on my phone to click on the link and connect with your friend there.
Yeah.
I'm just looking
Teresa.
at my phone. Teresa.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teresa. You sent me that, right?
Yeah. You've heard of my concept of the Keithie, haven't you?
Say again, sorry?
Have you heard of me talk about Keithies?
Yes.
I am so proud of this. So many people that have come on my show have met in real life.
Yeah, right.
It's a very good example of how the internet really is building a sort of global community, isn't it?
Well, you and I would never have met had it not been for the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Keithie. Okay. Oh, where are they from?
These people are both from Ghana.
Okay.
But they were in America. This is an amazing story. They were in America 100 kilometers from each other. And what the guy drove to where the girl was and made her dinner.
Oh my goodness.
Because they were 100 kilometers from each other in a foreign country, but they were from the same country themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
And one of my favorite photos is a mate of mine who lives in Campbell River. I don't know if have you been to Vancouver Island?
No, just Vancouver.
Yeah, and he's a boatie, and he sent me this one. It's so hilarious. He said, mate, I can see where this is going. So he posted this photo. I knew Keith before he was famous. Don't forget.
Oh my
gosh! There he is on the marina at Campbell River.
Oh yes.
And did you ever know Brenda Blackburn? Do you remember Brenda Blackburn?
I do remember her. She was an HR, wasn't she?
She was a career coach living in
a career coach. Yeah, I remember
Wausau.
her.
Actually, Delta. I think she was in Delta.
Delta, BC.
Yeah, Burnaby.
Okay.
Burnaby.
She had like blondish hair.
Blondish hair. She now
Yeah,
lives in
I remember
Canberra, though.
her. Does she? Oh,
She
wow.
sells EVs.
Oh my goodness,
No,
no.
no, she sells RVs. You know, she sells Outback riggers. You know,
Okay, it's not EVs.
totally different. Bet you any money they're
Yeah.
running on. Guaranteed they're running on diesel. But
Yes.
she loves camping and she gets out. And she now said, "Oh, look, I'm sick of career coaching. I'm going to sell camper vans."
Oh, good for her.
Yeah. So we all sort of spin around. It's a long time.
Yeah.
2006. In fact, yesterday was 20 years since I quit. Yesterday was 20 years since I quit my job.
Really?
20 years.
Your 20th anniversary. Good for you.
Yeah. And I always knew I would, and I did.
And you
so-
never looked back, right?
No. And here I am. I'm still alive and I'm rocking it.
Yeah.
So
And
look,
you said your father was 89 yesterday? Turned
89.
89?
That's why I know.
Yeah,
Because it was
yeah.
his birthday. It was
Yeah.
it was the Thursday before Easter in
Yeah.
2006. And that
Oh, my
happened to be
goodness.
his birthday. I rang him from a public phone box. This is 2006. I rang him from a public phone box in the middle of the
my
desert to wish him happy birthday in this little town called Dimboola, about 500 k's from Melbourne, 5 hours. And it was just we pulled over in this very small town on the road. Because mobile phones in 2006, can you imagine? Some people had them, we didn't. But
Yeah.
I didn't get my first mobile phone till I think 2011. But it's fascinating, these discussions. We learn so much, don't we?
We do. Yeah.
But
Well, thank you so much for being a part of your show again. And I'm wondering what the time difference will be when I'm in Italy. I will try to join on my phone in the hotel next week. I wonder what the time difference would be.
it's horrendous. I think it's 11 hours.
Yeah,
so
but what time is it where you are now?
1 p.m.
Okay, so I'm 11:02 p.m.
and it's 5 a.m. in Rome now. So they're 6 hours ahead of you,
Yes.
but 8 hours behind me. So 10 a.m. is 2 a.m. in Rome.
Okay.
So you probably might miss out, but you could probably tune into other people's shows. But I'm
Mhm.
gonna do my darndest to connect you to some of my Roman friends. And
Yeah, thank you.
you know I love stats. So what I'm up to now, I'm so excited. I do this every month. I'm up to 28 countries in the world listen to my show.
That's excellent. Yeah, I'm looking at your stats right now.
And
Okay, UK, Australia,
still only 5
14%.
people. Still only 5 people in Italy, but I'm going to connect with them.
It's a start. Rome wasn't built in a day.
All right. Well, look, you go on and have a good sleep before work, and thanks so much for being part of this for me.
Thank you. We'll talk soon.
See
Take
you later.
care.